by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Welcome, June 9, 2023, the Bubba the Love Sponge show on your Friday. Back in the day when I was a younger man, and I liked radio, and they were paying me a lot of money. I went in here scrapping around for scraps. I wasn't dumpster diving. My life now consists of metaphorically dumpster diving compared to being, a millionaire. But that being said, I really look forward to Fridays. I really do. And
doesn't everyone? I mean, seriously, doesn't everybody look forward to Fridays?
Yeah, but back in the day, man, my whole life was a Friday. I was like, whatever, man. Friday. Oh, it's Friday? Oh, man, that means we got to take 2 days off from having whores in here, urinating on coffee cans and, oral in the office and just, whatever. Did you guys see a quick little...
FT Greg and Amy, 25 on the Cash App.
Thank you so much. And she did verify that indeed, when they had their own rig, remember the question that I asked Greg and Amy? She said when they had their own rig, they drove for themselves. And you can either drive for a company or you can be independent. And there's benefits in both. But when they did have their own rig, that she did oral Greg several times, like that was kind of a thing.
That's cool.
But I think since they're driving for somebody, she may not be able to. Like maybe they have some kind of maybe they have. No, I think they have like sensors or something.
They got BJ sensors. There's electric eye that could with AI that could determine if some girls like.
We like to call that oral, Dan.
Okay.
That's just that's the medical term.
What did I say?
You said BJ.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Which is slangish.
All right.
That's okay. That's
okay. Bobby Jones.
So anyway, I think you guys maybe today saw maybe a little bit of how Dan, you guys have to understand, when Dan walks in here, he's a whole different person than the way he rolls in life. Like he's really, 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 squelched himself down here, attitudinal-wise and prima donna-wise and narcissistic-wise. And if you think that he's that way here, you should deal with him in his own domain. Like, in his world, the world that he owns and that he...
Dan's world?
In Dan's world. This is Bubba's world.
That
Dan walks into Bubba's world and really, really does a good job. Like, he does a good job. He quells himself down. But when he's in his world, the surgery center, the law firm, the plastic surgery institute, his house... anywhere else in life.
Anywhere outside of this building.
Anything outside of this 5021 West Nassau, he acts way different. Well, today, I think you may have seen just a little bit of Primo Dan.
I saw a panic.
Yeah, well...
Where's my sock? Where's my sock?
Yeah, like... I bought a new sock. It's mine. It only has my saliva on it.
But a sock is the personal part of the mic. You know what I mean? Like the part. If someone actually used my mic, I really don't care. But if they were little drooling on my sock,
I know
that's kind of. It's like sharing a toothbrush. It's kind of gross.
I know Howard Hughes. I know, Mr. Germaphobe.
I'm not a germaphobe. I just don't want.
I know. Well, you started to throw a little bit of a fit. And what I was saying
more of a
was
panic. I think Anna is kind of interpreting it right.
I think Anna is being nice, to be honest with you. I think Anna's being nice.
No, that's a germaphobe panic. Well, I had one last night.
But hold on. It was also somewhat of a prima donna rant as well. Like, if things don't go his way at the surgery center or something's out of place or somebody ordered egg salad instead of tuna salad in a sandwich and he goes back and gets the sandwich and it's messed up, oh, there's all hell to pay. You wouldn't believe. Like, he starts yelling, flipping out. Dan, am I right or wrong?
Yeah, but this was more like some jobber doctor took my instrument and it's not sterilized and it's not ready for me. That was kind of what this is more like.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah. Well.
It's just a sock. It's just a stupid
How did you know
radio
it wasn't
sock.
yours?
Huh?
It didn't have anything on it.
Nothing on it.
Oh,
It
it's
was
naked.
Like,
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Where's my sock? Where's my sock?
I'll just go
It's
with
my
that
perfect
sock.
sock. It's a perfectly brand new sock. It had no saliva. It only had my saliva on it.
I see.
And I was like, Dan,
Because when I saw it was
Dan,
on.
we'll get you a sock, buddy.
I just found a random one.
Chill out.
Yeah, I think what it might
We
have
also
been
have
is
Lysol and Febreze and rubbing alcohol that we could disinfect an old sock for you there, buddy.
It's okay.
Well, I think what it was too, Bubba, is that who was in his chair yesterday.
Right.
Oh,
An
that's
added irritant.
Oh,
Yeah,
see, you know what? Let me look at you, be able to really, really get to the root of the problem. Is the fact that he thinks that toothy son of a bitch was maybe putting some of his DNA into Dan's sock.
Right. I thought he took the sock off of my microphone and put it on the other microphone and used that, and so using my sock.
And we might very well have.
Whatever. I'll be fine.
Lummy,
I'm going to the biggest polluted area in the country.
You're insane.
We're
by
gonna
the
get
way.
to that momentarily. That's my next topic. After I tell
The
Lummy.
other stupidest thing I've done today.
After I tell
That is
Lummy
really
that
dumb.
Lummy, you were so on fire yesterday. My God! I mean, I know I don't know that if you're trying to act disheveled and stupid, but you pulled it off, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
Or that's just natural.
That's natural in my life.
Just God, it was so funny. It was like you were literally Milton, like with your stapler. It's just like every little thing you got an excuse for. I don't know. I just felt that you were very funny yesterday, my friend.
Thank you, Bubba.
So, Dan, that leads me back to the last time that we spoke was Tuesday, and as of Tuesday, we had this big Sophia Conrad breakup at the beach. Then in the last hour, Romina starts flipping out like she always overreacts on just any little thing that she hears on the air. She just flips out over. And let me just tell you something. I love Romina, and nobody has stuck up for Romina. Dan will tell you right now, probably other than Steve and Jay, because they stick up for Romina too, because they know how impossible Dan is. So, but other than your anybody that doesn't have any non-relative, I've stuck up for Romina more than any non-relative ever.
Yes.
And I mean,
100%.
Does she really know?
Yes,
that
she knows.
I am the one that really heavily suggested that you put boobs on her?
Yes.
Does she think that, or does she genuinely know it?
She understands it. Yes.
Okay.
Just like she understands,
So
English.
I stick up
barely?
I stick up for her all the time. And the only thing that I'm really mad at her about, and she needs to stop, and I'm asking her to stop doing this, because I've been doing radio now for 37 years. And this is completely what gets me off my game. When I'm doing a show and I got somebody, usually a girlfriend or somebody I'm dating, or in some instances a wife or a sister or something that I'm speaking about, and I'm speaking about my life, and it's including them, and they don't like it, and they
blow up your phone.
They're blowing my phone up.
It's brutally distracting.
They're blowing my phone up, trying to either tell me to stop, or it didn't go down that way, or, well, first of all, I'm in the entertainment business. Second of all, my show is built around kind of my life and the co-host's life, and us being as transparent as we possibly. We lie sometimes and embellish.
Dutch Duke, $10 on the cash
Every
app.
day.
Thank you. Who is it?
Dutch Duke.
Dutch Duke.
Yep.
PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. Things have been a little slow lately. Not going to be dishonest with you. Not going to lie.
When I say things, I don't mean them. I lie.
But when you're lying, you're not really saying it's night when it's day. You're saying it's mostly sunny when everyone else is saying it's partly cloudy.
Right. Exactly. I mean,
it's not really lying as much as it is highlighting the good points and maybe minimizing the bad points to make the story better and more entertaining.
Put a little shot in the arm.
Right. Just a little embellishment, as we say.
Give it a little turbocharge.
Right. And sometimes we're joking. We're speaking hyperbole.
A little. We're punching it up a little.
Gary the Cantrell gifted 5 subs on Kick.
Thank you. Again, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. It's been slow. Make it a good day for us today, okay?
Dr. Dan's back.
Yes,
it's a Friday.
Dr.
It
Dan's
is
back.
Friday.
We got rid of Brian. We brought the man back. And he's got lots, and he comes in here flipping out over his Mike sock, and he's going to New York. We got to talk about that.
Got a big package on his desk too.
Yeah, so
huge.
So anyway, listen, I don't know that she's listening right now.
She could be.
But Romina,
the whole house is up.
Romina, I want to tell you this.
No.
I want to tell you this. I absolutely adore you. I have talked Dan off the ledge many a times from doing stupid stuff. I have been always your champ. I've always championed your cause. I love your children. I love your kids. I helped coach little Danny. Now, I didn't coach because I just wanted to coach. I coached because I'm helping my friend out, and I like his son. Like, you have to kind of, that's, if little Danny was a little dick and I didn't like him, but me and Danny I thought me and Danny kind of bonded a little bit.
Yep, he likes you.
Like Danny and I didn't have a lot of one-on-one interaction with Dan prior to coaching.
Nope.
So,
but he knows you now.
Yeah, so anyway, Romina, the one thing that you have to stop is when we're talking about something that might be about your family, and it's this instance was about your daughter and her little breakup. I would, first of all, if you're ever hearing something and it's flat out disrespectful and it's wrong, then by all means, light Dan up. But if we're just recanting the truth, and I would never say an ill word about your family. I adore your kids. I think Sophia's beautiful, and I think that this. And I think Danny's a great kid, and I think that this little dust-up between Conrad was the absolute most perfect first date dust-up that you could have. Most first love romances / boyfriend, girlfriend, the first one's a nightmare usually because you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
The guy's not a gentleman. So we spoke at length about just how good at kids they are and stuff, and you're just blowing Dan up on Tuesday to the point of it's freaking him out. I can tell it's freaking him out. It's pissing him off, and it's locking him up.
Gloria Zach, 25 in the cash app.
And that's exactly
the lockup's the worst part.
And so hold on, that's the Dan that at that point he might. I'm not trying to be a dick, but at that point he might as well put his headphones down, unplug, and walk out of the studio because he's contributing nothing. You've got him so sideways, so spun out, so afraid to talk. Then at that point, he gets into defense mechanism where he wants to shut it down. So we've been talking about something now for 10 minutes, and now because you're flipping out on his text, we have to just shut it down.
Right.
Now, I will shut it down anytime that if you deem we're disrespectful, but I will never be disrespectful to your family. Ever.
At least not purposely.
No. I mean, we may see, we may do little jokes like Danny says he wants the Stifo Tower, like,
right.
like little things like that,
stuff.
little nuances like that, but never just a flat out disrespect.
Well, it probably didn't help on Friday either because with Jay here, Jay was kind of poking him, and Dr. Dan was on his phone, and
Jay wasn't. Jay was kind of more like, I don't want to really get part of this because I can see Jay knows when Romina's.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
Jay can
Jay
see.
blows in a text every now and then as I'm talking about a topic to say, hey, stay away from this or go this way with it. I mean, he'll blow in like sort of a guidance, like a directing text.
Yeah,
but not like 15 texts straight
Right.
up.
He'll keep you center lane. He'll send
Right.
you a center lane text.
Right, which I don't mind those.
Keep you centered.
Those aren't distracting.
Right. Because he's got a better legal mind than we do.
He's a little more measured.
And he's
Slightly.
yeah, exactly. Jay's a little more measured.
Yeah.
That's an understatement.
I'm off the handle.
You're unhinged, buddy. Okay, let's just be honest.
But the other side of that coin is you're also a lot more fun.
I mean, you are the fun Diaco.
You are.
Thank you.
I mean, Jay.
Well, I want to be.
Yeah.
Just talk about medicine every day.
Now, Jay had his moments of funness in life.
He's
Trust
fun.
me.
No, Jay's funny, but I understand.
But
I mean,
you
I'm a
get
little
it.
more.
Jay's a little more.
You're shirtless on the pogo stick.
Exactly. That's what you think of every
Jay's
time.
not shirtless on the pogo stick.
Don't forget the skateboard too. The skateboard,
exactly.
the pogo stick.
Yeah.
I'll do it all.
So I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Church shirtless.
I'm asking Romina to do not. And you know what it is. And I don't want you to take this disrespectfully.
I talked to her
Romina,
about that too.
But it's a rookie wife move.
A
Right.
rookie wife.
Right.
move.
Well, she thinks I'm a rookie at this anyway, so
Well, but you're not.
not at this point. I don't think.
Well, you
I'm a
kind
little
of
beyond a rookie at this point.
You're not. No. You're reckless. You're not a rookie.
Right.
You're a pro, but you're reckless.
Right.
And sometimes need.
I'm like Danny Kvyat when he was in Formula One. He wrecked everybody for about 6 or 7 races, and they pulled him.
Well, no, you're better than that. You're like you're more like I don't know. You're more like you either, I don't know what to I can't really put an analogy, but you're always on the verge of spinning out, but usually you're under control and it's funny. So, and when it becomes other than funny, then you'll get obviously we have show scorekeeping, we have Dan shut up. We've got all types of way to quell you down. But just Romina, don't be a rookie wife or a rookie significant other of one of the co-hosts and start blowing in texts when we're in the middle of a monologue that might involve you, and you think that you're flipping out because you don't understand what we're doing. You just don't. It's entertainment, and the fans love Dan's little inner world, and everybody's pulling for Sophia. And you guys all, even though you don't want to, become extensions of the show. Just like Conrad and Sophia were going to come in and do a show.
Right. Well, that's what I told her was the whole prompt was that, they were scheduled to come in at like 8 o'clock on Tuesday, and they weren't showing up, and that's what brought up the whole topic. It wasn't because I was trying to...
I bet you that shut her right on down, did it not?
Yeah.
I mean, because it's like,
perfectly.
Yeah, it didn't work perfectly. Dan came up with that plan right before he got in his car because I followed him out to the parking lot, and I was like, Dan, you got to tell Romina to chill out. Like, that's ridiculous. She's completely listening to everything in different context. We completely waded through this in the 6 o'clock hour and was so respectful to both kids and, respectful to the family and the whole 9 yards, put both kids over, said, man, Conrad really is a cool dude. And the fact that most kids would have broke up with her over text, Conrad was a gentleman and did it face to face, and she handled it well like a pro, and everything's going to be all right. Right? I mean, that's kind of like what the overall theme was, right?
Absolutely. And you know what? Everything's going to be all right.
Right. And then we were at that point contemplating whether Dan wanted to go to New York or not, and I was telling him no. And so anyway, Romina, I'm just throwing caution to the wind, or no, I don't think I should say that. I think I should say I'm just asking you nicely that when you hear something on the radio that your husband may be participating in and you don't like it, or it's making you mad, or you don't think you should be saying it, think about it. Think about it again, then don't hit send. There you go. That's almost a new little motto. Say it again.
Don't hit send.
Think about it. Think about it again, and then don't hit send.
There you go.
Write that one down.
Dan.
That's a meme. That should be a meme.
That's right.
You know how many people in life would be better
Hold
off
on.
if they just
do you know how much
that?
better off if I followed my own logic I would be in life? I'm the biggest hypocrite in the world.
The whole world would be
My
better
Lord.
off.
I mean,
From Trump to Bubba.
But aren't all politicians and isn't everybody a hypocrite? Aren't we all?
Oh,
I mean, everyone. If we were to really be true to the game, every single one of us are hypocrites about something.
Absolutely.
From the Pope to the pool guy. I mean, everybody's a hypocrite.
That could be a T-shirt, a book, or a song. From the Pope to the pool guy,
Yep.
Everybody's a hypocrite.
Yeah, the Pope says gay is okay, even though it's blatantly, specifically said not okay in the Bible.
No. In the book that he guides his life
Right.
by.
Yes.
Not just in the Bible, because there's people who read the Bible who don't necessarily care about gay people. Like, I don't care if they're gay or not, but the Bible strictly says that you can't be gay, right? It's bad.
Uh-huh.
Well, the Pope, isn't he, metaphorically speaking, isn't the Pope the closest thing to the Bible that we supposedly have? If you believe,
sure, it's true. He's supposed to be.
If you believe in Catholicism, and that's your template of religion, then the Pope, right. In the equation of the way your religion is structured, the Pope is the closest thing to that book and the man that supposedly wrote, or the book's about, than any human being. He's the chosen one, is he not?
Absolutely. And his job is to sort of interpret the book to us.
Right.
In times of question.
So the Bible says gays, no.
Yep.
No. In fact, I think the Bible says like 7 no's on it. No. Bad. Kill you.
Well, see, and
we will kill you.
Their interpretation is that it's
Hold
in
on.
the Old Testament.
Am I not right, Lummy, that the Bible actually says if you're gay, they will kill you?
Yes.
Okay.
If you lay with another man.
Now, how can that be way written by the boss? But the guy on Earth that's supposed to, make sure we're abiding by the boss's rules says, it's okay. It's no big deal. It's not a big deal.
By the way, all 3 major religions still use the Old Testament as part of their religious dogma.
But Muslims, that's the whole
Jews,
thing.
Christians, all use the Old Testament.
Yeah, but they cherry pick it.
Well, now
I mean, they cherry picked the hell out
but
of
back in the day, they didn't.
Just ridiculous.
Yeah,
Anyway,
It shows you, you know what?
They said the
hold
Old
on.
Testament.
It shows you how ridiculous that book is what it doesn't show you how hypocritical people that interpret the book is. It shows you that the book is wrong.
And then
period.
Pope Benedict, I think, was the one that apologized for like 600 years of oppressive reign by the Catholic Church and all the mistakes they made. So the Catholic Church is not perfect. They've been hypocritical for half a millennia. And so, I really have less of a place in my heart for organized religion. I think everyone should feel what they feel, believe what they believe, but to pigeonhole a set of beliefs into an organization that is led by, again, a hypocrite.
No,
Pope Francis is a hypocrite.
No, hold on. It's not only led by a hypocrite, but it's led by a religion that has settled over $1 billion of lawsuits for having anal sex with boys.
Well, you can't lay with another man, but boys.
Hold on, you can't
there's
lay
a
with
green
another.
light right there. There's a loophole in the system.
That's how some of
We're gonna kill you if you have sex with a guy over 18. We're gonna kill you. But if he's 17, that's just the way we do things.
17, try 8.
I know that. I'm just saying.
It's the dogma is there are some Muslim regions where it's not considered gay if the kid's prepubescent.
Oh, yeah, that
so
happened
that
a lot
happens in like the Pashtun region in Afghanistan. There's a whole like briefing on it by the British
say that
military.
in the Catholic
Those were the people
rules.
we were giving weapons to, by the way.
Yeah. We're gonna put this going.
But by Catholic.
The drug lords that were having sex with little boys, those were the good guys.
Yep. Here, have an AR-15.
That was the lesser of two evils.
I'm not even kidding, because they were fighting the Taliban.
Oh.
They were trying to fight Al Qaeda.
So anyway,
wanted to kill him.
so anyway, we're all a bunch of hypocrites.
And the pool guy pees in the pool. I guaranteed.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Not his own pool,
Yeah, he does.
but yours.
I used to listen when I had my own pool, big ass pool, size of Dan's. I used to pee in it. I didn't care. I'd be like, man, the chlorine's so bad that it's hurting my eyes, so it's going to go right through this urine. It's not a big deal.
I think something that's different between men and women is that when women know this and guys don't, when a guy takes a bath, as soon as he gets in that water, he's got to pee. Women, I think, know ahead of time and pee before they get in the bathtub. But I tell you what, every single time I've ever taken a bath, as soon as I hit that warm water, got to pee.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who
and
takes
showers
baths?
too. I mean,
When
shower.
your back hurts or something. You don't take a bath? You're a girl.
never
I
taken a
pee
bath.
in the
Really?
shower too.
Like
but
since I was a kid.
But what I like to do is if I'm showering with a girl, I like to pee on them.
Oh, absolutely.
That's happened before.
And they're like, I'll take my wiener and I'll squeeze it and really build up some pressure on it so you can get some distance, and I can get it clear to the face.
Oh, do you do
wow.
like a champagne shower kind of thing?
No, but man, do you want to get instant heat? Pee on a girl's face in the shower.
On her
Never
face?
tried that one.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and she's
Jim
like,
Not on
Reed,
the
$10.
face.
who $10 for who?
Jim Reed, Cash App.
Thank you. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. We need some help, fellas. It's been a slow month. Thanks.
That's a neck down sort of thing.
So, I know, but sometimes you can't when you pressure off your wiener,
Yeah.
you really cannot control where that first burst goes.
I mean, you
just got to try to
direct
aim
it.
it.
Okay.
And so sometimes I like to aim it so maybe it'll hit their breasts or maybe their stomach or something.
Yeah, but it's
shoulder.
not like one MOA. I mean, you have about a 12-inch circle that you could hit.
Right, and you don't have, and you only got one big
one shot.
One shot.
Right.
You
One
have
shot.
a little bit. You got some.
But it's gonna be on the knee.
Right. You got one shot to hit any upper extremity.
Right.
And so
Go
you got it like that, and you got it all valved up, and then you try to, and then you go pew like that. You let go of it, and it has a couple times it's gone like
awry
in the face, and oh my God, that's been some of the biggest fights I've ever gotten into. I'm like, I was just trying to be funny, and they're like, that's not funny. Like I was just, we're in the, we just had sex. We're showering. We're washing each other's genitalia. We're having fun, right? We're still still messing around a little bit. Yeah, well, that certainly really diminishes the mood when you pee in my face. Yeah, I mean, what if I peed in your face? I go, well,
here's $100.
Let me give Dan you give him a pop. How did Dan score on Tuesday? Was Dan, how did Dan?
Well, Dan pulled the nose up on Tuesday because I did the whole week's.
Are we looking? What are we walking into week wise? Do you have the?
Yes, I do. I did
in
last night.
Now, right now, you could actually add one more to Dan on the pop.
Dan was a +2 on the pops.
So is that including today's?
No, that was Tuesday's.
All right, so his score right now is he's working with a +3 right now, right?
Oh no, I'm saying
Jesus.
overall for the week. No, you just asked me about Tuesday. Dan's not doing too well on overall in the week.
Let's throw back over to Lummy. I feel like I'm talking to Milton again. Lummy,
sorry.
you said you added up the totals for the week.
Yeah, you just asked me about Tuesday.
Okay, I know,
I'm sorry.
but now I'm asking about the week totals.
Yes.
Going into today's show.
Yes.
You need to take those numbers, and whatever those numbers may be, you need to add one to Dan's pop list, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
All right, because that's the only score that's been kept so far 27 minutes into the program.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so knowing that data,
Yes.
where do we stand week-wise going in today's show?
Dr. Dan currently is at -5.
-5?
Listen, I have all the paperwork right here.
I know you do.
Oh, I'm saying for Dr. Dan, and if anyone wants to challenge it and listen to all those shows.
I understand. I know you do, buddy. And that's
How did that happen?
Now are those kept safely in a new Trapper Keeper?
This one I actually wrote out just for today, and I will be transcribing it once the day is
Now
done.
is that where is that Trapper Keeper? Right. And now have you been able to label it yet? Efficiently label it?
We had to buy because this material is different. This was given by Hierarchy. Ashley ordered the different material we needed, and I'll have it done by this weekend.
Okay, and is it going to be really over the top?
Yes, she's doing it, so she's going to make it over the top.
Really over the top. Do not touch Lummy's material. Show the show New Testament.
Gold would look good.
Do not touch.
Yes.
Return to Lummy's desk immediately. If found, call. Maybe even put your cell phone number on there. Hold on, yard. You know what I'm saying?
Will do.
All right. So, going into today's show, what is the score?
Okay, Dr. Dan is now -5.
He was a -6?
Yes.
Really?
Wow.
Yes. What? After being a +2 on Tuesday?
You were a -7 one day.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh my God.
If you want me to go through your week, you were a -1. Okay, sorry.
Hold on.
I wrote it out.
We'll go there, buddy. You're getting ahead of yourself.
Sorry.
Wait till I ask for it.
I'm sorry.
Wait for it.
Sorry.
What about Anna?
Anna's even 0.
Oh, see, Anna, that's all you can ask for.
Yep.
I mean,
I'll take
if
it.
you can go throughout the week, I'd prefer a +1.
It's like a night in the casino.
Yeah, I mean, but
Broke even.
I prefer even means you didn't help or hinder the show. You were there and you did your job and didn't go. I mean, that's what I need.
It's neutral.
Like a wart.
Yeah, but I'd like a wart.
I mean, it's just there. It does its job. It doesn't do much.
No, warts are bad.
Sometimes you try to burn them off.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
can burn them off. They're unsightly.
Okay, bad
Yeah.
analogy.
Ouch.
Let me give Dan another mess up for that.
Back to -6.
-6. I mean, if you're gonna just say stupid
Now you're a
stuff,
wart.
yeah, now you're a wart, bitch. Now, Lummy, where are you at, buddy? God, I mean, I can only imagine. I mean, and Lummy, I hope that you're honest because, you could be just over there really pencil whipping the thing and really making you, we don't keep score of your score. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, that's why I kind of was saying about if anyone wants to check my notes because I double checked it last night.
okay, I'm sure you did, buddy. I'm sure you did.
I'm +4.
You're what?
+4.
Wow.
Wow. See, you knew you were so good that people were going to start Lummy's cheating.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so give us worst to first.
I'm gonna not count you because you don't give yourself a score.
I don't.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to let you know. So,
well, Dan, you know what though? But how many G?
-7, or you have 7 GDs.
I do.
Yeah. And
Okay,
you
know what?
haven't had any since the first 3 days we did
but
it.
listen to me.
Yes.
So that's a good number. Maybe I'll get up. Maybe I'll mess up today. But at the end of the show, you'll have the total.
Yes.
And then if we could just each individual here, just try to work on. Like Anna, you're going to try to work. You're going to try to be +1 next week.
Oh, absolutely.
Or you could even maybe pull the nose up today.
I was thinking the week's not over.
And let me, I got to say no GDs today, and then next week I got to do like 6 or 5 GDs.
And you've been good. You only said 1 in the last 3 days.
See, I'm trying to knuckle down a little bit.
Yep.
All right, so worst to first, I know my GD level. You don't have to include that. Go ahead.
It's ret. -7.
Oof.
Rhett, I mean,
-7.
Rhett, you're the
Oh, is that when he walked away from the mic after?
That was not a good day for you.
Yeah,
that was
You got a
disruptive.
-4, which really
Rhett, you're
shut
the
you over.
newest guy. You're not even really considered a co-host. You're just an on-air
I
contributor.
don't know if I'm the newest guy here.
On air.
Okay.
And you're an on-air contributor, not an on-air. You're not a co-host, but you're a what we call that contributor in the business.
Well, I mean,
on-air contributor.
well, how many people have had a -4 play in one stroke?
Listen,
I mean, that might historically be the worst play we've had since we started keeping records.
On-air mess-ups.
It's like throwing a pick six.
It doesn't matter who does it. It's a major on-air mess-up, and if it's from a contributor or a co-host or even the guy, the engineer. I mean, if Macho Man had made such a huge mistake like that, I'd dock him. I'm sorry you got a major penalty on the deal. Did he have 2 major penalties? How did he get what's his number?
I got
-7.
-4 in like 10 seconds yesterday.
Yeah, he had a -4 yesterday, so that did not help.
You gave me -2 and then 2 other minors on top of that.
Yeah, man, I was just
It's a major offense.
And
It's
I really-
just really going in
Treating
on
him like Trump.
I'm just trying to be, what's best for the show sound. And when you mess up, I lay him out. I'm so sorry. It'll make us better, guys. Bubba Lombardi over here.
Yeah.
So let me. What do we got? Rhett at a -7.
Yes.
Dan at a -4.
-6.
-6.
Because he just lost his one from today.
God, Dan,
Call me Wart.
how can you?
It's a pretest, man. This is how you do it. You bomb the pretest so that you can show improvement.
Okay, great.
I didn't. I'm just learning the whole scoring
I
game.
guess you're right. You're just learning. You're learning the game.
Learning the
We're
game.
learning the game.
I'll figure out how to play Monopoly. Just give me a minute.
Lummy, what's going on down? So Rhett's the worst. Dan's second worst.
Babyface.
What's he?
-4.
-4.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, he did pull his nose up yesterday with his 6 pops.
Okay. But he's -4.
Yes.
With a one. He was only here one day.
Well, actually, no. He had 2 days.
-8. Remember?
He has 2 days.
He was here 2 days?
Yeah, last Thursday and this Thursday.
Oh, okay. That's your week deal.
Yes.
All right. And then, okay, next.
Anna, even. And let me +4.
Wow. It really, I mean, as barbaric and stupid as this little scoring system that I've come up with, it really shows you who is the most talented person around here, does it not, Lummy?
Yeah, Lummy.
Yes, yes.
Well, Lummy, if you're laying at a +4 and Dan's at a -6 and everybody else around you is even at best, I mean, you're 4 points ahead of the neck. You're 4 points ahead of second place. You're 4 points ahead of the second place guy or girl, I should say in this instance. You don't want to say that. I mean, at this point, you're the best.
Yeah, keep celebrating over there, Bubba.
No, Dr. Dan's the best. I'll let you know that, Bubba.
No, Lummy, keep your head up like a man. Be a man here. Say, yes, I am the best.
Yes, Dr. Dan, I'm the best.
As of now, I am the best.
Hell yeah. Good for you, Lummy.
Oh,
Lummy,
thank you.
even when you're the best, you don't want to be the
No,
best.
I do not want to be the best. I was actually upset yesterday last night about my score.
His humility is inspiring.
Hold on.
I even double checked it because I knew that Rhett -7 wasn't going to help, and I didn't believe Dr. Dan was
So you're
-6.
saying you knew all these negatives were some people, and you were going to be so head and shoulders above everybody that made you nervous to win?
Yeah,
it makes you nervous to win.
Yes, I had to double check my work.
So like if
He
you were,
he messaged me. He thought his score was going to get him heat.
Anna, can you imagine if like Louis was like Lummy was like a MMA guy, and he's got a guy just locked up in a rear naked choke, like there's nothing, and then he feels sorry because the guy's gonna maybe have to tap out.
Right.
So then he kind of like just lets it go, and then lets the guy put him in one.
Right.
Lummy, you idiot!
I'm sorry. I just didn't
You know
like
what?
it.
That you are soft.
I am. Oh, yes. I mean, I just do that. This wouldn't be good.
I just do want to be good. You are good, buddy. You're a +4.
I know.
Unless you completely screw it up today.
Well,
I'm
thought,
gonna maybe take one away from you for not being proud as the champion. I mean, you're.
I'm very proud. I just got Dr. Dan staring at me, and I thought maybe it was going to give me more heat to be +4.
What does it matter? He's
Staring.
staring.
But I
I was
kind
smiling.
of.
Hold
Just
on.
look at
Why
you
don't you
smiling.
stare?
Lummy feels threatened by eye contact.
Lummy, why don't you stare right back at him? Like, won't you mean mug him back? Be like,
Yeah,
whatever,
Lummy.
you little sawed off bastard. I'll kick your ass.
D. Redmond, $10 in the cash app. Well,
Lummy can't even stare mean. Lummy, try to look at him. Like, try to to re-stare him down, okay? I know that he stares at you.
No.
Try to re-stare him down once.
Dude, it looks like you're trying to have sex with me. Come on. I feel really uncomfortable now.
But then I got excited that you might have given me another +1. And I know this is just in my head last night that I did this whole list and you were going to be proud of me. And I was like, well, then I'm going to be even farther ahead.
Hold on. That's a violation. Begging.
No, I wasn't begging. I was just
you were begging for a pop.
No,
right
in my head,
yeah, you were. You just verbally begged for a pop.
I'll take
one. I mean, did he not? He was saying, in my head, I was hoping that I'd get another one based on how well I kept score. So at that point, if that
no, he said that you knew that you'd be proud of him.
If that thought would have stayed in your head, Lummy, you wouldn't. But when you verbally ask for, you were hoping to get another pop.
Well,
I mean, listen, I'm strict, and that's begging for a pop. That's begging for a pop.
I gave myself a -1.
Do we have that category?
We do now.
Yeah. So we just organically come up with new categories, begging for a pop.
Yes.
There you go. Now, so you're now down to what, -4, plus 3?
+3.
That is not so,
Yeah, no, it's
Anna
unsexy.
could catch you.
I could. Probably won't.
Lummy,
could.
Open up the show with what the cumulative scores are might be the worst thing for you because you can be head and shoulders, but then you'll screw it up on purpose because you don't want to win.
Yeah, or I become a target for Dr. Dan or Anna or Babyface.
Yeah, you are. Well, yeah, true. Dan's going to really zone in on you and target you, buddy.
Yeah.
It's all
I'm
right.
gonna leave you alone. I like you, Lummy.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Lum. Well, listen.
Richard Longo at $25 on the Cash App.
Yeah, we
mark out for Lummy.
Lummy, you are over. You're so over. I'm tempted, Lummy. I'm tempted, Lummy. Maybe.
I know you're tempted.
At the end of the day, after we're all said and done, Lummy. If you would happen to win the week.
Oh.
Maybe some of this action right here, maybe.
It's going to drop. He's going to drop the football
at 9:55. Like at 9 when we come back from our last break while we're saying goodbye. I could open up with that and be like, the show's officially complete. There's no way anybody's going to lose or gain any more points. And it looks like Lum Lum's coming in at a +3. Anna comes in at a +2. Lummy certainly is the man.
But Danny's at -15.
Right. Dan's a -15 because he tried so hard, begged for pops, got unnecessary heat, tried too hard,
got locked up,
falled on the face, the whole 9 yards. And he's headed off to smoky ass New York.
I cannot believe you're doing that.
So Lummy, you got that. Probably even making you more nervous, right?
Yes.
Keep dangling that carrot, Bubba.
So when I come back, we got to talk about Troy Aikman's girlfriend. Now, Anna, do you see where they're letting it eat now? Now that it seems
apparently they've been divorced for like 3 years.
Yeah, this was really, really, really wrongfully initially reported. Yesterday it was him and his wife could still be together potentially. We don't know. This might have been, but this is far more. This has been more of an open thing, and people really knew about it. They kind of spun Aikman as a potential dick yesterday, and they kind of cleaned it up today by saying that he's been divorced from his wife for 3 years. And so
it wasn't publicly announced, though.
Well, he's doing better than Bill Murray's doing, so God bless him.
Oh, my God. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Damn right. It's better than yours.
I was singing that all night last night.
It's better than... Were you singing it as Bubba at all?
No, just as myself.
Brings all the boys to the yard.
Yeah, no, I was just singing it as myself. You really need that higher octave for that song.
True. It's not a gelled up situation.
No.
Anyway, Lummy, when we come back, we're going to talk about, yes, indeed, Dan is going to New York.
You have the excuse of a century.
Do you have to leave early?
And you foul the ball.
Yes, I'm getting picked up at 8 o'clock from here. Is it okay if I leave my car here?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I would park it on the other side of the merch trailer.
Okay, because I parked it on the gate side of.
Here, you know what? Let's go. Let's walk out. Let's bring your keys and let's walk out.
Okay.
And get it parked correctly.
Okay.
Don't pee on my car.
And he's
got. Let's both pee on her car.
I don't have to pee right now. And plus my ween. I don't like peeing next to you.
Really?
I mean,
It's
You
very
can pee on one
intimidating.
side, I can pee on the other side.
Yeah, but you still look.
I'll pee.
Hey.
I'll pee, even though you've seen my wiener, because you've done 4 or 5 surgeries on me. Even though you've seen my wiener,
It's impressive.
it's not,
Yes, it
Dan.
is.
You
You
know
are
it's
impressive.
not, Dan.
You are, dude. It's
Dan,
an anomaly.
You're the only person in this building. I don't know if the merch crick is here or not doing shirts, but other than her, nobody else has seen my penis, and you've
Touched it.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, have you touched my penis?
Yeah, it was in the way. I had to move it around.
So big it was in the way, Bubba.
It was like trying to work around,
Well, Dan
the
did.
Washington Monument.
Dan did do a surgery on me once, and he was trying to, and he did for the most part. He got most of it, but a lot of it is. And I'll be honest. I mean, I could be completely honest. When I had my parachuting accident, those straps completely hemorrhaged all of my inner thigh. All of my inner thigh to the point where it was just like dead, loose skin. Yeah. What did the trauma do to it, Dan, to cause that to happen?
It literally ripped the skin.
It
ripped the skin
inside?
on the inside. So, when you, like a stretch mark is a tear in the skin that doesn't go all the way through. It just goes through the bottom part, not the top part, and that's why you see a stretch mark. And so what he did was he literally ripped all the dermis of the skin for about maybe 8-10 inches wide in his thigh. I mean, if you saw that video of the strap, his straps were a good 8 to 12 inches too low on his thigh. It's supposed to be right in your inguinal crease.
So I had all this dead skin. I lived with it for years, and I finally went in, and Dan's like, I can cut most of that out, and so I got scars on my inner thighs where Dan did his. I still have a little bit left just because you couldn't get it all, but. Is that the procedure I did where you had to move my wiener over?
Yeah, I had to move it to the left side, to the right side.
John
to the
Kostecka, $100. Julie Caldwell, $100 on the Venmo.
Hold on. I think that's my girl from Warsaw. I think it is.
I think you are correct.
Like one of the hotties.
Matt Anderson,
you,
25
Julie.
on the Venmo.
Julie, when I come to Warsaw, man, we got to meet for lunch. I'd love to, meet you for lunch.
I'm sorry, Dr. Dan. Go back to describing.
So Dan had to cut out all the skin. And so I guess that's when he's seen my penis. My penis was probably so scared then that Dan.
Nah, dude, you were relaxed. Think about it. You're relaxed when you're asleep, so your penis was doing great.
Listen,
and the problem is you flop it one way and then it wants to flop back the other way.
Well,
so you have to keep flicking it out of the way.
Hit him in the face.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, just hit me in the face. This is really tough to do the surgery.
Hitting you in the face.
We opened the show up with saying how we embellish things tremendously, and this is Dan really doing his buddy a favor right now, because I know that he literally used 2 little pinky fingers and just moved it right on over.
Little chopsticks.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we were talking about peeing outside, and none of us like to pee outside next to Dan because he's got such a big wiener, and he wants you to see his wiener, and he wants to look at your wiener and laugh at you.
No.
But he may not
just want you to see his wiener
on the inside.
Yeah, but he really us Tinky Winkies, we really go around the corner and try to hide. Dan just literally just pulls it right on out.
Lays it out.
Yeah, he just lays it right out. And so when we go, when we $100 from Napa Mike on the PayPal.
He's in Italy too right now.
Lummy, how about the John Kostecka and the Julie Caldwell $100? And they're within 50 miles of each other.
Wow.
Valparaiso and Warsaw, Indiana.
Killing it in
Two
Indiana.
big slinging D's. Thank you so much. When we come back, Dan, you and I, let's walk outside and park your car. Yes, you can park your car here.
Sir.
I've asked, listen, anybody, like average Joe, when he flies, we let him park his car here at the studios.
Yep.
Big Red, Creatine Travis, my family, my sister, Anna, when when you fly out of town, I think you do it that way.
Yeah, I have some questions about arrangements.
You do it that way. I mean, I think it's literally anywhere between, if you park your car here at the BRN and you know the gate code because you work here, then you just literally do an Uber. And the most I've paid for an Uber, even under real heavy conditions, because that's how they do it now, based on demand. It's never the same price to go to the airport. It's based on demand. The highest I've ever paid to go to the airport from here is $12, $13. The least I've paid is $6. So somewhere between $6 and $15 it's going to cost you to get to the airport from here. Well, what's even if you're a pimp like Dan and you park in short term so that you can literally go up the elevator and get to your car, what is it, 36 a day?
It's like 28 a day.
28 a day.
So,
and then how about long term, like Anna would pick?
20 a day.
20 a
22.
day. $20 a day. So then you get off your plane and you get an Uber. They come right to the curbside. They bring you back here. That's 10. You got 22 to 25 bucks in the whole deal, no matter how long you stay. And we have a secure gate. Like, would you not agree? Would you not agree?
Absolutely.
Like, out of this entire industrial park, we're probably the most fortress-like, right?
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah. And you got cameras everywhere. I mean, no one's breaking in here.
We got cameras everywhere on the outside. We
guns on the inside.
We got guns on the inside.
Yeah, cameras on the outside, guns on the inside.
We got goats in the back.
Yeah.
We got Dan. If you really wanted to make your car secure, you could park it back by the goats because there's two.
But they eat it.
No, they're not going to eat
They
it.
don't eat tires and stuff.
They don't. We have a gate that separates them and that back area.
Okay.
But then you'd have another locked gate. So you'd have the gate, then another locked gate to the back.
Right. I don't care that much about this car.
This is the beater Porsche.
Beater Porsche.
Oh yeah, we'll leave it right out there.
Yeah, leave it on the street.
So we don't like to
Please
pee.
take it.
We don't like to pee by you because you got a big penis.
Yes.
Okay.
When we return, we're way late. Dan is headed to New York City. As of Tuesday, it was supposedly calls off. To me, one of two things happened. The family called Dan and be like, "Listen, let's just go have fun up in New York. It's the last hurrah. We got Yankees tickets. We've bought all the hotel rooms and the flights. It'd be more of a pain in the ass to cancel than to go." And then, or Conrad and Sophia maybe did a little patch up.
Oh.
It's one of those two. We'll get into it next.
Bubba the Love Sponge!
I love everything about the show.
Every day for 4 hours, man. It just makes time fly by.
Gotta be Bubba.
This is awesome. I love it.
I spent about 2 hours in my car when it's supposed to be a 20-minute break.
Yeah.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Hold on, did I not have the right answer at all?
About the reasons?
Yeah.
No, really, it's not.
Really?
Yeah.
Hello, Bubba Show.
Booging.
Hey, Mark, we just went to
Break.
commercial. We'll be back in about 7 minutes if you did want to hold. You're going to hear dead air.
That Mark the Frog is loud as fuck.
Yeah, I'm sure that you're really out there.
Hey, it's me, Mark the Frog.
I was literally just gonna message you.
And ask about Mark the Frog?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm saying you wanted me to do my Mark the Frog impression more?
No, I did not. But when you do the best of the week,
Yeah.
how long are those videos typically? It's not like 4 hours, or it's like a half an
All
hour.
right, well,
No, it's usually like
Yeah.
2 to 3 hours.
yeah, 7 minutes. You're just
I'd say
right?
right around 2.5.
Are you
Alright.
done with that by the end of today?
Yeah,
right.
I'm hoping to be.
All right, goodbye.
Because Bubba said he wants that as like the podcast for Saturdays.
Oh yeah, it'll be done. Yeah, it'll be done for.
But that's kind of fucking long.
I mean, it is, but it's also the best of the week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, alright.
People like the long shit.
Alright. Well, if I can grab that from you before you leave, like as
Yeah.
an MP3 Willie.
No problem. Hopefully, we don't have a repeat of last Friday.
Well,
Last
I will
Friday-
remind
last
you to
Friday.
start.
Last Friday, I was here till fucking 2 o'clock trying to export the best of the week because
Oh, that.
it kept crashing my program, so I had to like.
Oh,
I just
right.
had to
And I'll
chance
remind
it.
you to record the show, my show, so that we don't have to do the video deal.
Yeah, no problem. What the fuck?
Who's this person? Celebrating Willie Ninja. Do we know who Willie Ninja is?
Yeah.
Willie.
Oh, right. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, when you're ready, please. Macho.
Yeah.
How does this not have a hard plug-in?
Oh yeah.
Is your mic on?
Yeah, I turned it on just now.
Which one was it?
It's, I need it for a second.
Oh, you need it on? Oh, you did it. Oh, okay.
You turned it off now.
I thought I left a mic on.
No.
Who is Willie Ninja? Oh, okay.
I don't know if you're, Dan, I don't know if you heard me, but you have 2 screens.
Yes, okay.
Thank you.
Oh, so I can do like rumble and kick at the same time. Now I understand. Okay, so you set that way.
I don't know why it mirrored the bottom, but it's an extended display.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you. Why is this like all of faded out?
I'm still working in the back, so this will be couch
Screen
1,
on the
and this
right.
will be me and
Is
couch
this
2.
the way kick is?
Okay, so now are you?
I'm not ready yet.
When you are ready, let me know. Will you be B-side?
A-side for now.
Okay.
So it's a monitor.
I'll run the wire and we'll
Let me know, and then we'll check it out, okay?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Do you want to turn on the yeah, I think just the monitor. It doesn't look that way on this one, does it?
No, I have
Thank
not
you,
found the
Julie.
monitor.
That's fine. You can just, I mean, you don't need both of them all. So you can just put
I
something
don't know
else.
why I don't know if it's up. Doesn't bother me.
Huh.
John Costica.
Feels good.
Honey, will you send me the link to Twitter?
Yes.
Oh, yo, good. Glad for that. Let me go back here now. AK Bizzle.
No.
Good morning, Florida Bound.
Good morning, Jay Gator. It's natural. You, Matt Anderson, 25.
Tommy 2 times. It's funny. Biggie, Big Red, good morning. Creatine, good morning. Maria Guatemala. Dark Match. Apple Mike. Carlos. What's up?
Live from Tampa, Florida, home of the big, fat, greasy bitch, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. And now, here's your host, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Hello.
Hello, is this Bubba?
Yeah.
Hey, Bubba, I don't see why you gotta be talking about rednecks like that. I'm a redneck and I ain't no trailer trash.
Sound like one.
I ain't no trailer trash, bitch.
Sound like one.
Well, you're a fat motherfucker.
Perhaps.
What?
Perhaps.
Yeah, and you think I don't see why you gotta be talking about. I don't see why you gotta be talking about rednecks like that because I ain't no trailer trash.
Sound like one.
So hold on a second. Hi, Bubba.
What?
How you doing? I'm her girlfriend. I ain't no trailer trash, you ugly bitch. I ain't no trailer trash. I ain't no trailer trash. Hello?
Sound like one.
I ain't no trailer trash, bitch. Hey, Bubba. Bubba, hey, what's up? Bubba.
What?
Hey, hon. I'm a lesbian. Hello? Hello?
What?
Hello?
What do you want, trailer trash bitch?
You motherfucker ain't no motherfucker, so you can eat a cake, you fucking gay-ass fat motherfucker.
Anything else that you want to say that's very educated?
Yeah, I got a lot of very educated. So you, I got a good job and I ain't no motherfucking trailer trash.
Leo's cringing with every one of them.
I'm eating, Lummy. I think I'm eating a milkshake there, Anna.
Nice milkshake.
Shut the hell up, you interbreeding, stupid ass.
I'm going to sprinkle some of that stuff in from time to time.
Sweet.
Great day going on today. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, man. Couple Benjamin Franklins right out of Valpo and Warsaw, respectfully. Thank you so very much. And Lummy, you got some other Cash App and Venmos that have been going quite swell. Napa Micah Hun on the PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. It's Friday.
Matt Anderson, 25 on the Venmo.
Love him. Thanks. Again, man, we're continually trying to make the show easier and easier and easier for the people that don't know where we are, how to get us, whatever happened to Bubba the Love Sponge. I loved him. He was in Charleston. It was my favorite. He's my favorite guy for 13 years. Or, oh, my God, I remember him back in the Sirius XM days or on the 102.5, the Bone days, or on the 98.7 Bubba Army Radio, whatever. We're all the Power Pig. A lot of people just are so stupid, they don't even Google. Like, if you really want, just Google me. Well, really, don't Google me. But you know what I'm saying. I mean, like, I got to think, Lummy, if you just go to Google and you'd say, how can I listen to Bubba the Love Sponge? I know that you're a Bing guy. Why don't you Bing that once? Just Bing it.
All right.
Maybe even send it to me. What the results say. How do you listen to Bubba the Love Sponge? Well, visually right now, you can go to live. Live, you can watch us. You can actually watch the show, which is a whole different dynamic.
Dale Roop, $100 on the counter.
Thank you, Dale. I mean, like, I think watching the show would be cooler than just listening to the show because you get, for the most part,
added component.
Yeah, there's just so much different.
Troy Lincoln, 25 on the Cash App, and Fish on J, 25 on the Cash App.
So, Lummy,
but be careful if you're driving.
So, Lummy, so here's the deal. If you type in, how can I listen to Bubba the Love Sponge? It's not even right. Like, the first link they give you is a SoundCloud Bubba the Love Sponge podcast, and I don't even know that that's that might be the one that Gargiulo had.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So, like, and that's, I mean, right? We probably need to fix that.
Yes.
So that it goes to, Bubba Army Radio or wherever. But anyway, visually, right now as we speak, you can watch us on kick.com, and all of this is / the Bubba Army. Kick, YouTube, Rumble, and Twitter.
The second and third one are correct. On this, actually, all of them after that one are correct.
I know. Well, how do we get the sponsored one? Do we have to pay? Probably.
Most likely, yeah.
I mean, you probably got to pay. Let's call Google up. How much does it cost for it to be the number one deal? Bunch of, right? That's like not even fair. Is that you don't even give the most thorough and correct answer. You give something that's sponsored. That's exactly how the whole
just
world.
Like on the news.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? They're not giving you the thorough, most informative and honest opinion.
They're giving
especially
you the
when
one.
you hear that Anderson Cooper was paid $11 million to promote a false narrative.
Right.
Prick.
Right. Just like Pfizer spent $48 million with CBS last year.
Right. So promote our vaccines.
Right.
And destroy any counter narrative.
So when you go to Google and you type in, how do I listen to Bubba the Love Sponge? Because SoundCloud pays Google for, to be the top of, top search, the top ranking position when people search for entertainment. if SoundCloud has said, matching name. If you type in, how do I listen to, SoundCloud might have paid Google $1 zillion to be, list them as a sponsor if they offer that material that you're Googling, right? I mean, you know how all that stuff works.
Google's like the biggest prostitute in the world, man.
So's Bing. So
they all are.
So all of them
they all are.
So's
you
Alexa.
Pay them. Pay to play.
Hey, Alexa, it's pay to play with you guys, isn't it? You guys are a bunch of shady bastards.
No. No way.
Yeah. So anyway, Lummy, you can visually, right now as we speak, watch the show on Kick, YouTube, Rumble, and now Twitter.
Yep.
Since we got our Twitter back, we're throwing the live show up there as well.
Woo.
And Lummy, we're working on getting a couple more squirrels for the cage that runs the electricity around here, and we're trying to get some more stones, if you will, and a better processor or a better whatever the hell, so that we offer it on Facebook too. So the morning show is live on Kick, YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, and Facebook. Isn't that cool?
Oh, it's awesome.
Right. And then, of course, you can always...
And wait a second. Did I hear you say the other day that Twitch had the audacity of thinking that they had some sort of right to your own private sponsorships?
Yep. Brett knows more about that.
That is insulting. Who the F do they think they are? And you know what they are? Dying. They're like a rotten grape turning into a raisin as it's falling to the ground to rot and turn into mold.
Just because they've made too many rules. They've been so heavy-handed. They've been so woke. And now there's this
they've been like the gangsters when it comes to money.
And it's been this mass exodus, and then they just keep squelching you down more and more, and all Twitch has turned into is to a game. Twitch was trying when we first started with Twitch in 2017. We had a rep and everything, and they're like, "Listen, we're trying to diversify, and we're trying to get regular programming on here." That's look at. I mean, they've really. They got Monday Night Football, and they just did a deal with WWE,
yep.
And so they're doing that. But we were some of the very first mainstream radio. We were one of the very first mainstream terrestrial-based radio show to go on Twitch and to be successful. Now, there's a lot of shows that tried, and they got like 10 followers, 18 followers, 250 followers, and they were not making any money on it. And they just couldn't handle it. Everybody dropped to the wayside. But they wanted us on initially to offer something besides gaming and girls in hot tubs. And so they've now, I guess they kind of used us in the fact that
they attracted the big the NFL and the WWE.
Yeah, and I've been told that the Twitch reps, when they would walk into Beasley or Cox or an iHeart or a Cumulus, or an Audacity-owned radio cluster, and they were trying to sell, they were trying to say, hey, let's camera up your control room and put your show on Twitch.
Yeah.
They were selling that. They were trying to get radio personalities to do that, and some have. But Twitch used our numbers to these radio personalities. I had my buddy BJ in Denver called me up one day and goes, hey, Bubba, it's BJ. I go, hey, BJ. He goes, man, are you really doing any? And he recited about within $1,000 or so of what we used to do a month on Twitch. And I go, are you really making that kind of money on Twitch? And I go, yeah, pretty. I mean, that's in the ballpark. And he goes, yeah, well, I just had the Twitch rep here in Denver. They want to put the Jamie and BJ show on. And they were saying there's a guy in Tampa. And then when they said your name, I'm like, man, you better be telling me the right information, because I'll call him. I got his personal number. And that you're making X and got this many. And so Twitch was going around and selling radio personalities the dream of, and we're on the upper end of that. Most radio personalities aren't even going to come close to that. And so they were using us as a template to try to get other business. Then Dan, they said, hell, we're even going to raise the stakes more, and we're going to go after NFL and WWE and try to diversify. The reason why they're trying to diversify is because they've lost everybody but the hot tub girls and the gamers. And even some of the big-time gamers that do big numbers and have sponsorships
been suspended.
Have been suspended or are leaving. And Twitch has they've just made these woke-ass rules where they will suspend you, and then they won't tell you why. And it could just be over the stupidest stuff. Dan did a Helen Keller joke one time. And it was considered, we got 2 weeks suspension, and it was considered hate speech.
Can't tease a dead person.
Yeah, but I guess
unless it's Trump.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
I know we it's just the information over the last 24 hours is just also adding to my frustration.
Oh, the Trump indictment.
Well, yeah,
we're going to have to get to that's a whole segment.
I know. I'm not trying to get ahead of it. It's just so irritating, and we can get into it later.
So just know that if you want to visually watch the show, kick.com, youtube.com, rumble.com, and twitter.com, all / the Bubba Army, and Facebook, starting probably next week or so in a couple Fridays. We have to get some more bandwidth or something like that. God, we're really eating up the bandwidth. But we have to get some more. So in a couple Fridays, we'll probably be able to be like five. We're on 4 places now visually, and maybe in a couple weeks 5. Hello.
Hey, Bubba, it's Ryan from New York.
Hey, Ryan.
Florida Treasures 25 super chat on YouTube.
Who?
Florida Treasures.
Thank you, Florida Treasures. 25 on the super chat. Go ahead, sir.
You guys could solve your own problem with this Google search. So first of all, you should be flattered, because this is what I do for a living. You should be flattered that someone's actually paying for someone. When you type in where can I listen to Bubba the Love Sponge or something like that, someone's actually paying for that. That's why it says sponsored. Number 2, you have to create a page on the website that has all these destinations with the SEO keyword that's all organic, that says Bubba the Love Sponge or where to listen to Bubba the Love Sponge. And then also you could start paying for that keyword for yourself. It wouldn't cost you more than $10 a day, and you could drive them all to the site where you have all the links to where you could listen, watch, and all this other stuff. So
$10 a day. Hold on, $10 a day is $300 a month.
Yeah, but it'll go down once you optimize, and you got to think, like, it starts off like that, but you could actually trim it down and go down and go down. And then you won't eventually have to do it, because Google will favor people. When you search it, you just tell the listeners, hey, if you're going to search us, whatever, just click on the non-sponsored link, and you guys will start to organically rank for that. But you need a page on your website that has all these links. It's clean.
We do. Let me know if you go to thebubbaarmy.com. If you just go to thebubbaarmy.com, that's our landing page, and it has every place that we're at. I'm sorry, go ahead, Rhett.
Well, this guy's also talking about adding more elements to the page or adding more text that works well with search engine optimization.
Yeah.
Whatever Rhett just said.
That's what you have to. You have a separate page that has everywhere you can find it. Don't add it to the scroll on the home page, because then it'll determine if people are clicking on the merch store, it'll favor the homepage if people are searching for Bubba the Love Sponge merch. So a separate destination.
So, Rhett, do you know what he's talking about?
Yeah, we just on our homepage and some of our other stuff, our SEO needs to be a little bit better, and we'll obviously look into it.
We're gonna. Yeah, I mean, we only got 5 people that work here, 4, maybe even 3. So
Tristan Keen, $100.
Who's that?
Tristan Keen.
If you need help, I'll do it for free.
For real?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me put you on hold. Let me need to get your information, okay, buddy?
We know this guy.
Thank you for being Bubba Army, man.
He'll probably be at the ball game. He was at the last one.
All right. Well, hold on. Let me just get his information.
Are you in New York or in Tampa right now?
He's in Tampa.
Bubba, I sent you that real quick just so if people
York.
type in where do I watch Bubba the Love Sponge, they actually get a better result.
All right, where do you? Yeah, but I'd like to have a good result on both. No matter how stupid you are, any form of Bubba the Love Sponge. You know what I'm saying? And I certainly want to update that thumbnail too. I've been asking Rhett for how long now? Maybe 2
He's on
months.
the phone.
Yeah, 2 months.
Which I mean, that's old as hell. I don't know where that's from.
I'm just saying, lover.
That's got to be a show that's over 2 months old.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, bud.
Okay, well, I mean, it's been changed.
Hey, Bubba, it's Jim Lockwood. By the way,
I almost feel like giving Rhett a talking back, listen, stop talking back. Did you ever get in trouble, Dan, for talking back?
The fat line Jim from last week, the same. It's a lawyer. It's one in the same. South Bend. But
it's the blind. It's the blind South Bend lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So,
Still blind?
Still blind.
Okay.
Still blind and still blind and still in South Bend.
Yep.
You sure?
That should be a country record. I'm still blind and I still live in South Bend and everything still sucks.
That's great.
Solo for 2018, $100 on the cash. Look at this, Dr. Dan's back, and we're getting hundreds.
Oh, yeah. Babyface had the slowest day monetarily, and Dan comes back, bitch, with his Planet Dan Willie, and we're having the best day we've had of the month. What's that tell you, Dan,
it's
huh?
Completely inflated ego. It's
I'm -5.
What did you say?
Give Dan a pop on that right now immediately. Give him a pop. Trying to pull him out of the negative hole. Dan might make the biggest one-day turnaround in the history of the world. He might win the damn deal. Have I ever thought about what, buddy?
Have you ever thought about using Restream? I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Not to tell you how to do your show, but when I used to do my radio show on YouTube and stuff, it is a service, Restream. It's a service so you stream your video just to it, and it will distribute it live to Facebook, YouTube, all the platforms.
Yeah, thank you.
So you don't have to have it.
Thank you, pal. We use Wirecast.
We use Wirecast.
Yeah,
similar.
Wirecast. I don't think it's better with it.
Wirecast is far better product.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right.
Thank you. Hey,
We appreciate the suggestions, though.
I acted like I was Johnny Technical, like I do.
Yeah, it's the best thing ever.
Yeah, you don't know nothing.
I don't know nothing.
You don't know nothing.
I can barely.
You can barely read. I'm sorry.
Right.
Too far? Sorry.
No, not too far. Funny, but shut up, bitch.
Yep, got it.
Funny, but shut up, bitch.
Yep.
I think
And I know what that means.
I like that.
Yep.
So Dan, you
Yes, sir.
are going to New York City.
Yes.
And I did lay it out there a little bit ago what I thought the circumstances may be, why all of a sudden the brief, change of heart, because as of Tuesday you're like, man, I don't know if
It
I'm
was up
going.
in the air
Yeah,
on
I was like,
Tuesday.
I don't know if I'm going, a lot of money, yippee-yo. And so tell me what's transpired.
Well, it went to the point where at this point everyone's over the controversy. No one cares anymore. And so we're just going to go
the
and
actual
have
breakup?
Yeah, and we're just going to go and have fun. We're not going to hang out with the other family. We're not going to the baseball game. I don't know if it's going to be played or not, but we're just going to go out there and enjoy New York and cough a little bit and look at the red sky and hope that the world's not coming to an end.
So your family
Dan said he was excited because there's going to be a lot of secondhand smoke.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being in all the smoke and sun with a campfire.
So your family's like, listen, we had this planned as a family. We do family stuff like 2, 3, 4 of these a year during summer break when the kids are off of school. Your next probably family trip will be the Jersey Shore for about a week.
And this got me out of having to go to Columbia, so I'm still thankful. Because if I canceled this one, then she would have been sniffing up Columbia later in the week.
Troy Lincoln, $25 on Venmo. Hall of Famer Heather Wiz, $100.
What is he? Hall of Famer. Is she going to be at at Dan's birthday party?
DJ
I believe it's 640 right now for her work stuff.
Now, who do you have locked for the Dan birthday party?
Little Wilbur's Afterbirth.
Bubba 199. It's going to be June 23rd.
Yep.
Friday, June 23rd. Dan Maria Guatemala is working on a specialty no cake.
I already baked him a cake. I'm good.
Hold on.
Yeah, for my birthday.
she baked a cake for 2
what I'm
weeks
saying,
away.
I know you made one for the other
last
one.
week.
Oh, this is kind of the thing that Maria and I do is I do it on the actual birthday and then she brings it to the 199.
See, you two bitches already got it figured out.
We're in sync. We're in lockstep.
I am so sorry.
Yeah, no, we're
I
good.
don't have
We're
to
good.
even. Okay, so you got it.
Yeah.
Dan, Maria Guatemala is, or whatever her name is. She's got nice ass and nice boobs.
Yeah, she does.
But anyway,
Spicy too.
She's spicy.
Yeah.
But Danny, she's making because she does like designer cakes. She's a really good.
Well, I've seen some of her work. It's beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
she's a real deal.
She's making. I got a little bit of a copy. I think she drew it out, or I don't know. She's making a cake for you, and it's a kind of a, what would they call that? A boutique specialty
Like
cake,
a gourmet kind of deal.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's going to have.
She does stuff with like fondant.
It's going to have a theme to it.
Awesome.
Like it's.
Yeah.
So anyway, she's making
show up
for your yeah. So show up, and is
Never seen a vagina cake that squirt.
What?
Lummy.
Yep, I'm on.
Way to go, Dan.
How do you think I would score that? A fall on your face?
Fall on the face.
Fall on the face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dan, you know that the Bubba 199 Dan birthday division is Friday, June 23rd. You told your wife that I needed her to be there?
Yeah, we're gonna be there.
Big Red, Hall of Famer, $100 on the Venmo.
Love that guy.
Big Red did such an unbelievable job. Dan,
he's the man.
Did you see the screens? He installed them so seamlessly that the 3 TV screens on the stage are already installed. We just have to do one more plug outlet. We have to put another plug outlet in.
They're invisible until they're lit.
Right. So can you imagine how they're going to look when we get them all time squared out?
It'd be awesome.
And we're working on software right now that syncs up, and the software behind me is just a demo software.
Well, you got your top TVs talking together. You know what I mean? Like it's like one broad, wide screen TV, like on a football stadium.
It's gonna be. I swear to God, it's gonna look like Times Square in here.
It's already so cool.
Anna, we're gonna have the same type of setup you had for Bubba 199, the lights and.
Okay, cool.
And
I'm excited for it.
The monitor part where people, they have their headphones on, where they can still hear you inside here.
Beautiful.
How we were doing it.
Yep.
So that's Friday, June 23rd. The Dan 199.
DJ Sauce.
Should we call it Dan? I think we should probably call it Dan 199.
198.
And I'm bringing lasers.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Is that you? Is that
that was me.
That was Macho Man?
Yeah.
You're bringing lasers?
Lasers.
I got a couple lasers at the house. Gonna bring them in.
Nice.
Thank
Are
you.
you feeling better? Are you feeling better? Because your throat, the picture that you sent of your throat.
It's nasty. Disgusting.
So, Dan, is Dan treating you? Is the emergency room treating you?
They put me on Benadryl and some oral steroid.
I got to tell you something, Macho Man. You're part of the show now, and Dan will do anything for anybody that's part of the show. And so rather than go to the Brandon Emergency Clinic...
No. It was appropriate because I was hung up in surgery for the last couple of days, and it wasn't that he just needed another antibiotic tacked on. He was having a reaction.
Okay.
And so I'm glad he went and got
But what
seen.
I'm saying is I would like for him to reach out to you, and you would have probably advised him to go there, but you should always try to reach out to Dan.
It's hard when I can't lay hands on you and you have something that's going on that's already being treated and it's getting worse.
Like he's Jesus, he's got to lay hands on you.
Well, I gotta look. You gotta stick my finger in the hole.
Right.
Like Jesus. And
well, this thing you could have pulled out my mouth. It was like at least 2 or 3 inches long. The what's it called? The labia?
Uvula.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Be popular in jail.
Yeah.
Oh God!
I don't know if it's a pop or that's. We got him so down beaten right now that he automatically. What I was going to maybe go as a pop. He says, "Just give." I fell on my face.
I think I was funny.
I think it was. No, we have to take a show vote on that. Was that a pop or was that a fall on your face?
Pop.
I say pop.
Chat saying pop.
Mach.
Dan gets what Dan wants.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a pop.
Good answer.
Give him a pop.
All right.
Give Danny a pop as he's headed to New York City. Danny, your car's perfectly where it's parked now.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
And is Romina coming to pick you up?
Yeah, right at 8:00.
Oh, too bad she couldn't make it 7:50 and roll up in here and we could wade through this a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
I apologize for interrupting your regular program.
Yo, Power Pick. Hello.
Should hit these with everything we got, sir.
Living vicariously
Through his bizarre world.
Imagine how much protein's in my body.
This is... Believe it or not,
Absolutely not.
everything you heard about him has been toned down for easier public acceptance. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
Privilege Riot, $5. First time viewer, thank you for $25. Florida Treasures, $10.
Oh, Lummy, are we cutting up the? We're gonna have to make a segment of the Lummy.
Thank you.
Super Chews.
Thank you, Tristan Keen. Oh, I cut that and sent it in yesterday.
He sent it to him, but I needed it to be a video.
Okay. Hello, Bubba Show.
I mean that whole segment.
We'll be back in about 7 minutes. Yes. Okay, thank you. Bubba, Penny on line 1.
Oh, okay, cool.
I told her we'll be back in 7 minutes.
Tell me 2 times. Been 212. What's up? Otherwise, thirsty.
Thank you, Solo Ford. Thank you, Tristan. Thank you, Tristan Keene.
Your money.
Man, Tristan Keene.
Tristan Keene.
Thank you. We need Penny.
$10 on the super chat.
But Tristan Keene, 100.
That's Tristan Keene.
I know.
Super chat.
Who?
Florida Treasures in super chat is Tristan Keene.
Oh, okay. But yet he's on the Venmo too.
Yeah, the 100, and then he gave 35 on the super chat.
Dale Roop, Troy Lincoln. You got all those, lover?
Yep.
Gloria Zach. Did you miss Gloria Zach?
I did Gloria Zach.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Those are early on.
Good morning. Thank you, Pippi Stroker. There's a couple buyers I may need help with.
I heart him when I see him. Dutch Duke. Thank you, Dutch Duke.
Close.
All right. Close. Interesting.
I agree with you, Snizzle. Slazer. I went last time. I didn't go to the world. I went there and ground zero. Yeah, looks good.
I think John Kostika might have been after hours yesterday, was he? On Venmo?
Recent.
On Venmo?
Let's see what time.
No, it was 9:40.
Yep, 9:40. After hours trading.
No, was it 9:40 p.m.?
Yes.
Make sure come back with that, okay?
Okay. Did that? I'll do it again. And then you got Chris Duchesne, $100 on the Venmo.
Come back with that.
Kevin Barnett, 25 on the Venmo. Thank you guys. What do you mean you got a point? Jacob. Jason Burton. Glad you found us. Get to follow us, Jason. Since you found us.
Looks like it's improving.
What, the
That's
bear
where
quality?
we're at.
Yeah, it looks a little better.
A lot better.
They said the wind's changed.
Yeah.
That was fucked up.
I don't like Carrabba's. Leo's job.
You like Carrabba's?
It's the last thing I've ever eaten at Carrabba's. I hate it. Let's abduct God.
Oh, did you get a Troy Lincoln $25 in the super chat? Did you get his $100 PayPal?
Who?
Troy Lincoln. He just gave 25 on YouTube. Said, "Did you get my $100 PayPal?"
We're getting Gene. Good morning.
Thank you, Troy Lincoln. Following up.
Yeah, I just got it.
So
I'll open up with that too.
Holy joke. That's funny.
Do you guys have next Friday off?
For what?
Or is it just me?
Just you. You got Thursday, Friday off.
Let's get down to business.
If you were locked away in an insane asylum,
Maybe it's time you let me get on with my job.
this is what it would sound like.
I don't think that Americans would find that funny.
No, it is not a joke.
Now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Lummy, I got Troy Lincoln on the PayPal for $100. And then you got him on the Venmo for something, don't you? I mean,
Super chat on the 25 on Troy Lincoln.
You got a lot to catch up to do, I
Kevin
think.
Barnett, 25 on the Venmo. Chris Duchesne, $100 on the Venmo. And Jay Koseka, $100 on the Venmo.
Now you're up to date, right, buddy?
Florida Treasures, $10 super chat. That's Tristan Keene.
Well, is that
new money.
Is that new money?
New money.
Oh man, thank you so very much. I need yesterday when remember we were running. I need a video. I need a YouTube video that we can put other places of you trying to become a new spokesperson for the BRN and reading your get superbeats.com healthy heart chews deal and me coaching you all through it and the possibilities of you. Like, I know that you probably sent it short form to Superbeats.
Yes.
But I need the whole entire segment of me coaching you through and all of that for a video because you were very funny and it was a very funny segment. I think there were a few funny. Rhett, you're the one that, marks what's funny and what's not. Were there a few funny one-offs for yesterday?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
How many one-offs did you get? How many one-offs do you get from a normal show? Why are we still on the wide shot or are we back?
Yeah, that's a Macho mistake.
T-shirt Will 22 on the cash app.
Jesus, Macho. Macho's mic's on at all. I mean, I think.
Does Macho have a running score, Lemmy?
No, he does not.
Okay.
I'm working on the graphics for the TV behind you, so I kind of screwed up. Sorry.
But Lummy, listen, Macho Man's not immune to plus or minuses around here. Nobody is. If you're in this building, even the merch crick that was slinging T-shirts upstairs, if she'd make a mess up, she'd get one too.
Sorry, Macho. I didn't mean to do that to you, brother. It's fair game
that's
around
a throw
here.
under the busser.
Yeah,
But anyway,
Sure. Sorry about that.
But anyway, that was a mess up on behalf of Mach.
All right.
Not when we came back.
Brett can't afford anymore.
I mean, yeah, it's just been a rough week, man. I'm trying to make it out of here.
Lummy, I like encouraging whistleblowers. So that's going to be a plus.
Whistleblowers.
I like that. So go ahead and give Rhett a +1 for a whistleblower.
I just want us to be the best we
I'm not
can
going to be
be.
able to really know what's going on around here internally unless I get some whistleblowing on around here.
Get some Edward Snowdens around here.
And whistleblowing whistleblowing makes the product better, because I'm been able to,
Sometimes.
Look at all the UFO content that came out last week, courtesy of a whistleblower. We need them.
Right, exactly. And so, stop trying to beg for a pop now, bitch. I already gave you a whistleblower pop, okay?
Yeah, Julia Assange is doing great.
No one to shut up, okay? You got your +1, you whistle blew, but you blew in Macho, and so Macho's got a mess up. Let me put Macho down for a mess up. His mess up was, I always have to tell what your mess up is so that you can learn from your mess up, correct?
Yes.
His mess up was when we came back and joined back on the air, he had us on a wide shot, like the wide overall studio shot, and nodded the individual 4-tile Willie, and not quick enough. So he was, and Lemmy, that's a mess up. That's a mess up.
I marked it down.
Lemmy, what is your scorecard for today?
Rhett has a +1.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Dan +1. And a mess up, Macho -1. Begging for a pop, Lemmy -1.
Oh, okay, perfect. So, Rhett, how many on the average, like per show, standalone, segments do you usually get? 1 or 2?
Yeah, 1 or 2. 1.5.
And yesterday was 1 or 2?
Yes.
So anyway, Lemmy, let's make that a video. I think that was very, very funny.
Okay.
Penny's on line 1?
Yes.
Oh, good. Hi, Penny.
Good morning, Bubba. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you? Now, Penny, if you would happen to make it to Barb, first of all, I don't know I don't think you're ring worthy, but you're certainly like Lemmy. We invite some people to Barb and they don't get a ring.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Like there's 2 stages of Barb. There's the invitation, and then that you can get. Then there's an invitation and you have earned a ring. You know what I'm saying? Or there's an invitation and you're like Larry Plummer or Sumo or then you're going to get a ring. You know what I'm saying, Lemmy?
Yeah, childhood friends.
Right. So Penny, you definitely have an invitation to Barp, and we already got a guy named Brian from Philly who is pretty attractive. I got to be honest with you. He's a pretty attractive guy.
Yeah, good-looking guy.
He automatically wants first dibs on you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm calling in because I'm really disappointed.
Oh.
You know how you told me you promised you'll call in after you get your toy and, you've experienced it? So the other day, Scout had called me, and we were talking, and she goes, have you gotten your toy yet? And I said, no. I said, no toy, no call Bubba.
Well,
and I sent her the emoji. I think what happened, like what happened to me, I got someone else's package. I returned it to the post office, thank God, and at least they got it, and they got to experience it. I think someone got mine and was not responsible like me and returned it to the post office to the proper owner.
Well, here's the deal. The Merch Crick went to order a new one last night, and the one that we talked about, Lemmy, so much on the air is sold out now.
Of course.
So she had to get. So she's getting you a different one, and I think she had it. She ordered it from Amazon last night. So you should be getting it here in the next few days. So but maybe by like late next week, you can use the kangaroo and/or rabbit suction cup willy apparatus that we're sending you, and give us a better play-by-play. Are you still now? Have you? I mean, not. You haven't gotten your new toy yet, but we'll get that to you. But are you still going crazy on your Hitachi or your magic wand nonetheless?
My magic wand. Yes, a couple days a week.
Hold on, we were doing it when a person discovers masturbation, they do it. They don't do it. I mean, you're only 3 weeks into discovering masturbation, and we're already down to a couple.
No, it's a little longer than that. I think it's almost 4 weeks now. We've been talking. Yeah,
right. But you get at least 2 or 3 in a week.
Yeah, at least 2 or 3 times a week.
And do you find yourself now like man, I got a little extra time here, and I'm a little horny. Like, do you find yourself getting horny?
Yeah, it's like I'm retired. I have all this free time. What do you do? No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're not. I don't think you really are kidding. I think you're really being for real. You're retired. You don't need any money.
I am. I'm retired. I have like all this free time.
Well, Scout did say yesterday when she called in that you really don't do much during the day, so you should have plenty of time to.
Yeah, I mean, you should be just getting crazy, and then eventually.
I'm more of a night person.
I know, but so whenever you do it is fine. Just do it a lot. And that makes you hold on. The more you do it, the more sexual you'll become. And by the time Barp rolls around here, you're going to just be wanting to get some real penis.
See? Well, the thing is like Dr. Dan and you said, the more I use it, the possibility is I won't need the JJ rejuvenation.
Well, that's fine. See it.
So I figure 2 or 3 times a week is pretty good, twice each time.
The doctor says
what I was getting after 36 years.
Well, the doctor says that 2 or 3 times a week's not going to revive that vagina. Once a day could potentially revive that vagina. Isn't that what you told me, Dan, just now?
Yes, I did.
Exactly.
Okay.
Put a pop down.
Okay, I'm going to have to.
Put a knowing how to work for him. Well, yeah. Dan says at least once a day.
At least once a day. Okay.
And that's from the doctor. Like that's from the doctor. Like
I know, and you have to listen to your doctor, especially Dr. Dan, right?
Yeah, well,
exactly.
Of course, ask his wife. So I'm just saying, like, of course you got to listen to the doctor, and so you need to. Now, hold on. So when you when you finally get your suction, your kangaroo or your rabbit,
have mercy.
You're
my
not
kangaroo or my rabbit.
Yeah, you're going to actually have. Right now, you're having an external deal. You're having an external experience, but. These apparatuses will be an internal experience, which is a whole nother experience, ain't it?
I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
no, you don't understand. You have no idea. You the outside experience is like driving a Toyota. The inside experience is like driving a Ferrari.
Right.
It blows away the outside.
And the good thing about the kangaroo, Dan, is it gives you both an inside and an outside experience because it's got the little, little ears that fit right on the either side of the clitoris.
Oh my God! It's going to be like a Bugatti.
I mean, you're going to be like, oh my God, what in the hell have I been missing? And You might even take that magic wand and throw it in the pool. Like you may
Don't get crazy.
I'll throw it in my spa, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, man, I can't wait for you to rabbit and or kangaroo yourself and the reports on that deal and see if you get really proficient on that, then you'll rejuvenate your vagina. Because, I mean, right now, your vagina, you know what's wrong with your vagina? Lack of use.
Yep, it's like an old car that hadn't been driven. It's a barn find.
It's like, you know what it is? It's an old catcher's mitt. If you go out and hey, listen, Lummy, if you find it in your dad's drawer and it hasn't been played with for 10 years, then it's all dried up. But you start, you take it outside, put a little oil on it, and you and your boys start playing catch with it. Next thing you know, an hour from now, that catcher's mitt's broke in.
Yeah, broke back in. That's
right. Doesn't look as, dried up and shriveled as it did a few minutes ago.
Exactly.
Same thing with your vagina. If you just let it sit there and all you do is just wash it every day and it doesn't get any kind of action at all.
It's me for many years.
I mean, it's just,
I was just glad to know everything still worked.
Well, it does. So what I'm
and
saying.
it does. Everything works very well.
So
very, very well.
Yeah, and you're having orgasms that you've never had before. You're married for 36 years.
On my terms.
The man never gave. She was married for 36 years, and the man that she was married to never gave her a real orgasm. And the reason why we know is because we've now given her a magic wand, and she's got a real orgasm, and she's like, I've never had one of those in my entire life. Even when I was having sex with my husband, I didn't feel these.
Yeah, it wasn't like that. No,
these toe curling things. Do your toes?
Yeah, like in the movie.
Like when you're having one, like when you're having a real good one, does your toes curl? And you just are you loud?
Bubba, no, I'm very quiet. I'm a very quiet person.
Okay, even when you orgasm, you're not like,
No.
No?
No. I might just say like, oh my God at the end. I might say holy shit or oh my God, that's it.
Right.
But it's really loud when I do say it. It's not like, oh my God. It's like, oh my God.
Right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is we got the new toy coming. And you're gonna have Barb isn't until April. I'm sorry, Barb isn't until January, and so you're gonna have July, August, September, October, November, December. You're gonna have like six and a half months to really get that thing all juiced up and tip top playing shape. And then Brian from Philly. Once he wants to just literally,
lay the pipe.
And he's a really good-looking guy.
Yeah. Tall, dark, and handsome.
Lost a lot of weight because intermittent fasting.
And he's like, I want to really I just really want to,
He's funny too.
I want to hit her so hard that I have to install airbags in the headboard. He just wants to just really pile drive it.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, so like what I'm saying is like, would you be up for that?
Bubba, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? There are no strings attached. Like you're like we're not.
I know, but I'm not used to that.
No, he's not going to be calling you up and bugging you. He'll say
he'll hit it and quit it.
He'll say, I'll see you in a year, bitch. About to get mines.
No, I'm not like a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I'm not like.
Well, I know you're not, but that's what relationships are so. Penny.
Complicated, I know.
Yeah, I know. You've been married for 36 years. You probably love your independence. You don't want to. You probably don't want a guy hanging out all the time, thinking that he's your boyfriend and all this kind of titles and just living with each other and But meanwhile, one of the reasons why you'd put up with all that is to get some regular D. Well, I can get you some regular D, and be done with it. It's like a disposable razor. It works good one or two times. You don't use it forever.
So instead of like a drive-by, this would be like a fly-by.
This would be like a weekend deal, like a little hot romping
fling.
Yeah, like
little hot, heavy weekend.
Yes, it's a little hot weekend romp is what it is. It's all it is.
Yeah.
And maybe you and Brian kind of like each other. It's like, hey, you want to fly out to Philly for the weekend? And then maybe I don't know, every two or three times a year, you guys are going to see each other just for straight blasting. He's not changing his Facebook status, baby. He's just trying to get some ass.
He's trying to be a healthcare hero and really do some community service on a dried up vajayjay.
God bless him.
He might get a tax break on the
deal. Not that anymore.
Yeah, I'm just saying. And you, deep down, you're like, this artificial stuff is great. And I'm glad I'm having orgasms and stuff, but man, to have when us boys were 13 and 14 and we were in there going to town on each other, all we yearned for was the real thing. Like, it's like, as we're looking at pictures and we're just, going crazy and we're using our mom's hand lotion and stuff like that. All we are, the only thing we want, the only thing is the real vagina.
Warm and wet.
Yep.
Real boobs, a real mouth, So as you're emulating and using these, you're now going to have 2 toys soon.
Yeah.
It's all about getting the real stuff. Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I told Scout when, that I haven't received it yet. I said it's probably so popular it's out of stock because of Bubba.
Well, we did talk about it, and it's on our landing page, our kangaroo
I
we
know.
recommended you. And it probably did sell out.
See, it's out of stock. It's out of stock.
And it doesn't get out.
And
here's the deal, Penny. It's not out of stock because it's a product that people don't want. Chicks want these things. Yep.
Because of Bubba.
Well, no, not because of me. Because
they're wired for it.
As soon as they use one, listen. I've had a girl before that had never used a kangaroo, or a dildo.
Yeah, I love dildos.
Anything like that before. And I got her. Remember, Lummy, when we were sponsored by Adam and Eve or something, and I could hand out 4 free kangaroos a week.
Yes.
We should probably try to get back on that deal. So anyway, I'd send these kangaroo. The same thing that I'm sending you. They're called the bunny or the kangaroo.
So is this the generic to the kangaroo that you're sending me? You're sending me a generic?
No, I'm not sending you that. What I'm saying is
kangaroo with the C.
So what I'm saying is I have sent these to women before that have never had this type of experience, and they are absolutely, their minds are blown. They're like, oh my God, that is the most intense orgasm that I've ever had. And so what I'm saying is the reason why these things are flying off their shelf and there's none in stock is because when women get them, they tell their girlfriends about it because you know how you bitches talk. And they're like, like, Anna, if you'd gotten a kangaroo and you go to brunch with the girls.
That's all I'm talking about.
Like, listen, girls.
Listen, Rhonda.
I know you're going to think I'm a little bit of a degenerate, but I got, one of these kangaroo dildo deals. Oh, my God. I broke up with my guy because of it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You're pretty funny, Bubba.
So I'm gonna send you the kangaroo.
Okay.
And you're gonna use that.
Okay, I'm gonna use the kangaroo.
Yeah, I want you to have used it, 2-3 times before you call.
Before I call you. Okay.
Yeah, maybe if we happen to get the suction cup kind, where you can suction a cup against a glass and then back up on it a little bit. Are you familiar with that technique?
Yes, I am.
No, I feel as if you're not.
No, I am. Trust me, I am.
So how would that work then? Go ahead and explain it to me.
No, I'm not going to you.
Well, I'm just saying, Dan, she may not know what the suction cup, technique is, right?
Right.
She may not know. She wants to say that she knows, so she acts cool.
She needs to watch some videos.
But she doesn't. Just you could.
Bubba, I watched that Cul-de-sac Jones thing. The video. I didn't want. I listened to the video.
All right, listen.
YouTube.
Listen.
You're pretty funny.
All right, listen. The suction cup aspect of these toys is you get in the shower and you suction cup them against the tile there, just so they're about just a little lower than your natural vagina, how you would stand. Yeah, and then you back up on it.
Okay.
And then press it. Just go. Bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you can not, then if you don't want to use it suction cup style, then you just go to the bed, kick it out wide, and then just do it, do it yourself. I would probably suggest the first time that you do it, that you just do it standard bed, on the back deal. First time.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I feel as if I'm being patronized, or do I think that she really is paying attention?
No,
she's taking it all
I
in.
am totally paying attention to you, Bubba. I listen to everything you say.
Okay.
I take your advice very.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, what about Brian from Philly?
I don't know Brian from Philly.
If I can get some pictures to you, and you can look, and you can maybe exchange your maybe numbers or something. He is a big time Bubba Army contributor. He's Bubba Army. He's Bubba Army royalty.
Brian from Philly, 25 on the Venmo.
And he's expressed to us, out of all the Bubba Army that's going to be at BARP, he's obviously going to be. He's expressed that if you could get Penny to BARP, he'd love to blast you.
Oh boy.
And he knows that you're 52. He knows maybe you're a little heavy.
No, I'm not heavy. I'm 5'3.5", and I normally weigh 130, but right now I'm weighing 150 after my surgery.
Okay. And how big are your boobs?
They're a pretty good size.
Right. And
And I do have a butt.
And I'm assuming you got nice teeth and nice hair,
Mhm. Yeah, I can be a tomboy and wear jeans and a t-shirt, or I can get dressed up and wear a dress or slacks or whatever. Can go.
Penny, maybe you should get a picture to me privately, so I could have a better understanding as to what we're dealing with here. And the doctors asked the doctor also, who's part of this medical case, this medical experiment, Dan.
Therapy.
Yeah, exactly. This on-air, this sexual therapy.
Sexual therapy.
I would let the doctor see her picture, and then we could maybe get it. I would never put it on camera, and we can just get a better understanding. But maybe we could get it to Brian for Brian to see, and then I can get a picture of Brian and get it to you.
Exactly.
And you can see if that would be something. And so now you guys got
connection.
Now, as I'm talking, so when I'm talking about, hold on, when I'm talking about Brian from Philly, you now have a visual. You know what Brian from Philly looks like as I'm trying to get him to smash your brains in at BARP.
And so you can make a picture of him and look at the picture as you're,
So
practicing.
I'll have a visual while I'm practicing with my toys,
exactly.
right?
Hold on. If indeed that you think that he's good looking enough to have intercourse with you, then yes, you do masturbate to Brian's picture. Yes, you do.
And then the second you see him in real life, you will start actually getting
turned on,
physically excited. Your vagina will get wet.
Oh, it's a doctor. This is a doctor that's talking.
Your clitoris will swell. Your labia will become engorged, and you will want him. You will take him like a cave woman.
And let me put that down. I mean, that is a full blown doctor that's telling him that advice.
Full blown doctor.
Right. Give him a pop for that. Poor guy. I mean, he stepped up and made this thing a real clinical deal. Really validated.
He's got to get some more points, or he's got to leave.
He really validated our kind of naughty talking here by making this a medical thing by saying if you masturbate to Brian from Philly and you're turned on by him, then when you finally physically see him, then your vagina makes all these different.
It makes all its decisions.
It makes its decisions for you at that point. See, you've never had that before, Penny, where you've yearned for a man where your vagina's talking to you.
Now you understand when guys think through their penis, you'll start thinking to your vagina.
You don't have a relationship with your vagina right now.
You need to have that relationship.
I understand why men think the way they do, right?
See, the problem is because we have a relationship with our penis. We've spent a lot of time talking to our penis. We've spent a lot of time fantasizing with our penis, and so we
listen to our penis,
and so we become we become very, very much familiar with the way our penis thinks. Well, your vagina and you have you guys are disengaged from each other. Your vagina has no idea what you want, and you have no idea what she wants.
It's like Babel,
and you're starting to through our therapy learn what your vagina wants. You're becoming more in tune with your vagina, and your vagina wants a whole different set of stuff than what your mind does, because
a whole different ballgame.
Yeah,
right?
Your mind wants to be Little House on the Prairie with a Walton's kicker, and your vagina wants to be Baywatch, and Love Boat.
Oh, gotcha.
Trying to put it in millennial terms that she would. I'm sorry. Boomer terms that she would understand.
Right, Love Boat.
Right, Love Boat and Fantasy Island. Instead of Walton's and Little House on the Prairie. Your vagina wants to get wild. And so we're going to somehow get a picture of you, if that's okay. Is that acceptable?
I have to have my girlfriend right now, my sister from another mother, I call her, is gone. So I don't have a current picture. I don't like.
Do you have
all
a
my
phone
pictures
up
are like
and hit a selfie
older
button?
I mean, if you just get your little cell phone out and flip the camera towards you and just do a little selfie, that's kind of all we're looking for. Nothing. We're not looking for a glamour shot
I'll see
deal.
how it comes out. No, I know. I'll see how it comes out.
No filters.
Take
Okay.
it from above.
No, I
well
don't do filters. I don't know
Right.
how to do.
And then we'll get Brian's picture to you, and then we'll have a better understanding as to whether, even though you're not a hit it and quit it weekend type of girl,
I'm not like that.
but you might be. You might be. Will you at least keep an open mind about it, Penny?
Oh, okay, Bubba, because you're my what? My Bubba Samurai? What are you?
I am your Bubba sexual sensei.
Sensei, yes. Okay, because you're my...
I am your Bubba sexual
you have to
sensei.
understand, it's 4:48 in the morning here. I've been up since
I know,
3:30
Penny,
our time.
but I know what your vagina wants. And a 52-year-old chick who was married for 36 years in a pretty much sexless marriage and just had her first orgasm 3 weeks ago because I sent her a magic wand. And I mean, I'm not only do I have to, get you more in tune with your vagina, but I nearly have to practically rewire the way you think. Like you just are so anti anything. Like you're like no fun.
I'm not anti. I just
you know where fun starts? With sex. Sex is fun for most people. I mean, when you take sex out of a person's life, I mean, don't you think it takes? I mean, Anna, you could be an expert at this topic.
I'm the resident expert on
really,
sexless living.
I mean, you went how many years without sex?
I mean, the most?
Yeah.
Probably like 6.
6 years. And then when you started having regular sex again, does it change? I mean, does it change the way you look at things?
Oh, yeah.
Does it open up different things? Does it make you feel?
Certain things got open.
Does it release an endorphin or some type of thing that I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Penny, here you are, dried up, dried
up raisins,
like no fun. I mean, man, you just like.
No, you make me sound like I'm 80 years old.
Oh, you're acting 80. I mean, you're 53-year-old women.
61.
She's not 61, is she? Yeah, 61.
I'm 61. I'll be 62 in October.
60, which is not too much older than me. 61-year-old women want to have sex. Do you have any other 61-year-old women that, are as absent as you are?
I don't know. I don't talk to. There's only one friend I just recently started talking to.
You're a little old maid. You're only 61 years old. Like you've already thrown in the towel. That vagina's got a lot of miles left on it, Dan. It's got a lot of tread left on that vagina. Does it not?
Sure does.
Especially when you haven't driven it. I mean, you know how much treads on your tire, Dan, when you haven't driven something for 10 years?
Oh, I know. But sometimes the tires,
It's dry rot.
Dry rot.
You're right there on the verge of dry rot in your vagina.
You got to throw it away.
Penny?
Throw it away.
Dry rot tire. What do you do?
Bubba,
what do you do to a tire with dry rot?
Throw it away.
Right.
Throw away your vagina.
Burn it in Afghanistan.
It's no good. You cannot efficiently drive your car any distance with dry rot. Your tire could fail at any wall. Your side wall is practically dry. Literally. Your tire
can have
come
a blowout.
Useless.
So, right. So, Penny, I don't want you to say yes. If I'm attracted to Brian, yes, I'm going to have sex with him at BARP. I'm just going to go wild and have a big sex romp. I don't need that. I don't expect you to say that. But I do expect you to say, I'm going to have an open mind.
I will have an open mind,
as
definitely.
we progress through your Bubba sexual sensei trail. And this is a work in progress. If this is like I went to Dan and said, Dan, I want to weigh 249 pounds tomorrow. Well, it's not going to happen. It's going to be a long journey through dieting and Ozempic and going to the gym and all kinds of things.
Right.
So, where
you can't win a marathon if you just run one day.
Right.
You
this is
train.
a marathon. And so your mindset's going to hopefully change. Right now it's a hard no, but I just want you to keep an open mind as you get to Kangaroo. Maybe you get Brian's picture. You're like, oh, wow, look at that little tall, dark, and handsome guy there. I can just imagine him on top of me with his 9.5-inch Philadelphia-sized penis. Philadelphia freedom, buddy. Ooh.
He's got a big cheesesteak.
Next thing you know, man.
No, it's called a Philly steak.
All right, whatever. So just promise me that you have an open mind that we could potentially get there.
Okay.
Of you having both ends of the spectrum are this. One, you don't change your attitude and it still stays just like it is today. It's a hard no. It's a hard no.
Well, it's not a hard no. I'm just.
No, it's right now. It's a hard no.
It's the way I was raised. It's like.
Right now, it's a hard no. I'm going to see if I can turn that around in the next 6 months. So it's I cannot wait to get to Tampa because I'm already moist thinking about Brian. I mean, I got a lot of work to do, a Penny, but I'm willing to put my work in, bitch. I'm just telling you that. Me and Dan together. We're not charging you nothing for these therapy sessions. Jesus.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to be getting that. that.
Yeah, I love dildos.
We're going to be getting that kangaroo rabbit kicker. You're going to be using it 2 or 3 times. You're going to call in the show, and then that'll be the next time that we, go on our Penny sexual rehab journey, if you will.
Our journey together.
And we hope that journey ends in the second week of January with you being in Tampa, Florida with your sister. And Brian from Philly, in between the various Bubba activities, has you back at the Hyatt House, kicked out wide, on all fours, doggy style.
So then if you don't see me the whole time, you know where I'm at and what I'm doing then, right?
Brian doesn't.
Thank you very much, Bubba. That's exactly
Brian doesn't miss any of the festivities, but, I mean, there's a lot of downtime, Lummy and Barb, too.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, of course.
Like Friday night, Saturday night after the party, I mean, there's always people party till 6 or 7 in the morning at the hotels. That's when Brian could be just laying it,
Okay, so I have a question for you.
What?
So if my sisters, Big Gulp and Scout, get a ring, why would I not get a ring?
Okay.
I mean, if you want me to come all the way out there,
Penny boss hogging around already.
then why wouldn't I get a ring?
You can for $2,400.
No. If you would...
I knew you were going to say that.
Well, I mean, bitch, I'm just not. Rings are very coveted. Rings are very coveted. I could get any woman in America to be my sex correspondent as I send toys to them.
Free
and they
toys.
And they got to call.
And then you get a free invitation.
Yeah. I mean, come on now, Penny. I mean, I'm not really.
I don't think she quite understands.
I mean, you don't understand how coveted it is to even, be on the show, let alone, be one of our experiments we get. I mean, we're fixing you, Penny. We're doing you more than you're giving us. Like, this is not, this isn't 50-50. It's like 70-30.
It's not a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, Bubba, have you missed talking to me?
No, I mean, Penny, don't get mad at me, but you're a dime a dozen in my world. I mean, I'm just saying, babe.
I know.
I mean, I love you to death, but I could have Margaret from Kalamazoo on right now if I wanted to. I really could.
Yeah, Margaret.
But your family, your Scout's sister, and it's a great little story, and we're having fun, are we not?
Yes, we are,
yeah.
Bubba.
So just follow my sensei. Follow my path, follow my vibe. Stop talking back, thinking you're all that. And
I don't talk back.
And you know
what? No.
There would be a ring. There would be a potential ring possibility if I knew for a fact you were going to absolutely blast Brian's brains out all weekend long.
There you go.
Yes, indeed, there would be a ring. Think I'm a stupid negotiator? Please.
No, I didn't say that.
I got to get going. We're running a little bit late. A lot to think about, Penny. A lot to think about.
Yes, Bubba.
All right. I'll see you. I'll hear from you next week after you've got your new apparatus.
Yes, once I get my toy.
Right. And you know what? That toy is going to make you hungrier for the real thing. I know you're not so hungry for the real thing right now, but that thing is going to make you more hungry sexually.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you next week, Penny.
Okay, bye. Have a good weekend.
All right, now. Thanks.
Thank you, man.
Stop marking out to yourself, Penny.
Goodbye, Dr.
We are the only show that can talk about nothing.
The use of all Bubba-isms is prohibited without the express written consent of Bubba the Love Sponge.
This is not stage.
Uncensored.
Yes, a lot.
Unflappable.
I drink dirty bananas and lay by the pool.
And uneducated.
Unhealthily. Is that a word? Unhealthily.
The Bubba the Love Sponge show returns after these words.
Danny. Just call him.
Dan, have fun in New York.
Thank you.
Dan, do you want to leave your keys?
Okay.
You want to leave your keys right here so you don't lose them?
No, I'll bring it up. That's okay because Whatever.
I don't get in until like 8:30, 9 o'clock on Sunday night. So I don't want these two
Hey,
to
Dan,
go.
have fun. Looks like the air's clearing up a little bit up there. It's going south.
Be safe, have fun. Did that say hands smoke?
He's not happy about the trip for any reason.
I don't blame him.
No, I don't either.
Oh,
New York's
later
super
on,
expensive if you're
I'll
not
print
moving to
two.
be there.
I got
It's
my
not
Tico
great.
power bill.
Dude, and he had the excuse of a century. It's fucking fire, shit,
I know.
quality. I'm like,
I told him I should have just gone Audible and brought it all somewhere else.
I think he just should have said, listen, the air quality sucks. I don't want to put my family in that fucking situation.
Right, but he's got the time off. He should have just gone to, like, you know, go to Universal. Go to
Sure,
Dances
sure.
Are. That's what I was saying. If you need the time, great. Go have some fun. I just can't. They were gonna, like, until yesterday morning, they were still gonna meet the family at a game, like hang out. I'm like, that's
Just gagging on the air.
yeah, exactly. Heads up, everybody. Yeah, I don't know. New York's not my favorite place to go at this moment.
This moment.
Well, since COVID, it's just different. The crime, and you know, there's not as many. Well, my friend that used to live there, the artist, who I'm going surfing with tomorrow, he just said that the whole vibe of New York is different. Like, he was there when Brooklyn had the original resurgence, where at first it was nervous to walk down the street, and then by the time he was done, before COVID, you know, they're building these multi-million-dollar unbelievable places that are now back to, they've got, you know, crack pipe dispensary things down the street. It's like from where you live. It's like in 3 years, it's gone from one of the nicest areas to like the slums again.
Where was he?
Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's right.
So, and you know, it's so cool because some of it's so cool and hip right over by the water, right? And then you get a little further off of the water and you're like,
Yeah.
it's-
Where in Brooklyn? I was in Greenpoint.
I don't remember the exact, it was right, I mean, it was within a couple of blocks of walking to like where the park is and those cool like buildings and all that stuff. You know, it was basically a walk through like a little commercial area where there's cool record stores and little thrift shops and all that. It was killer. I didn't see a single homeless person. That was 4 years ago.
Yeah. That people want to know. What do you eat, Max?
Smells like chicken on the bobby.
Chicken on the babby. What do you got planned for this weekend?
I am going to Mexico tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
You're
going to Mexico?
The Sinaloa drug province where Narcos is about. We're literally going there. And it's called the El Patoles in the middle of the
But the
Sinaloa.
surf?
Yeah. So the hour drive from the airport to the surf camp will be interesting, but once we get there, I'll feel great.
Who's all going, Petty?
Pitty and Todd and me.
Todd?
Yeah,
Nice.
my artist buddy. The guy who knows all the pro surfers and stuff.
How long are you going to be gone? Till next week?
Yeah, 1 week. Look how good my lip is, by the way.
7 days. Now, what kind? They got a nice hotel.
Oh my god, I don't see it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's faint.
Right?
That looks so good, Jay.
Doesn't it? And it's incredible.
Oh my god, and you only got injured, what, like
3 weeks ago.
That looks
Now,
really good.
now, Jay, is it safe or is it a little sketch?
No, it's actually, when you're there, it's actually very safe. The area right now is like on the red zone for America travel. You know, it's like, don't go to Sinaloa. But
Like, what I'm saying is like, but is your resort okay?
the place that we go is owned by a guy who's like a friend of the crew. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So his camp is protected, and this particular surf break, only 16 people can surf it if you're staying at his camp. If people roll up on it with another boat, they get thrown away. You can't come back ever. No one can come. So it's super private. I mean, once we get there, it's probably 20 minutes off the highway. I just leave everything out. It's the only place in the world I don't lock anything up. Don't worry about anything.
Really?
Oh yeah. No one's going down that gravel road where we stay unless they know the Sinaloa people.
And so how many people are?
16 people. And that's it. 16 guys, and there'll be 3 of us.
That's the capacity of the whole thing.
The whole thing. They've had the same people working.
I mean, so
there
you gotta
forever.
really probably plan this, don't you?
Oh yeah, we. This is like people go for 20, 30 years. We just got invited like maybe a month ago. That's why we're going all of a sudden. Super excited. It's a great surf break. The people are so friendly there. The guy, let me see if I can.
Do they have like little cabanas where you stay?
Exactly. He raises the cocks for the cockfighting.
Oh my god.
So it's like, that's how he's, everything's cool, but they want him and his business to thrive. So he has like a mile of beach.
Oh shit.
Just like this.
That's
It's
amazing.
Like, what an incredible point break, and like no one else can go.
Stockpile.
And it's just like he
Hold
does
on.
these little things.
Sorry, I got a parody of the TD took away at that time. It's a new parody.
Okay, yeah, right.
Probably one of the best we've ever
Oh,
done.
amazing.
Yeah. So he's a
Why can't you look at me?
Super, super cool.
I'm sorry, Bubba. I didn't want to interrupt the,
While I was eating, because I'm a big time star, say it.
big time star eating.
Gotta get them calories in. I wish I
But
could.
you don't interrupt big time stars.
I know, I feel really bad about that. I'm sorry.
Okay. I even have a fucking metal plate.
You have no silverware, don't you?
Yeah, silverware, fucking cutlery, motherfucker. In between, I got my.
She doesn't screw around.
Serves me my fucking lunch on a plate. Between breaks, ready to fucking go.
I'd like dinner like that.
Send your wife to Bubba's fucking man camp.
Hey, welcome back.
Guess who's back?
It is outstanding to hear you, my brother. Hey, it's great to have you back on.
I love you. I'm so happy you're back. You don't understand.
Bubba's back.
Later, MJ, you're flushed just like my turn down the toilet.
Yeah, I love dildos. You filthy bastard.
I love Bubba.
7% African.
Terry, you ignorant slut.
Here's my favorite on it. I know that you'll love it too if you knew what it really was.
A queef.
That is a queef.
Yep.
That's not a fart.
Nailed it.
That's not a fart.
I know.
This woman named Annie Knight, she could literally like go, and she'd have like some shorts on or some panties on or something, and she would like
Light it up.
Well, she could
Flapping gaps.
She could intake air. Like she could somehow Kegel.
She could breathe through her.
Where her vagina could take a big gasp of air, and then she'd push it out.
That's vile.
That's beautiful.
And I love that. I love the initial deal, but then I love the little trailer.
The little reverberation.
Yeah, like
reverberation.
Little feedback.
Yeah, like the
vibration.
Little mic feedback.
Feedback from the original poof.
Joe Gondrak, 50 on the Cash App, and Bright Farm Johns Island, 25 on the Venmo.
I mean, doesn't it make it like? I mean, as I play that, doesn't every person visualize like that area of a person?
It's not a good visual.
I like it.
The double call.
The vagina duck call. Can you imagine if you could make that call and it just makes women want to come to you like that? You walk into a bar.
More likely to make guys come to you. A guy would hear that and come around from the bushes. What's that?
These might be women over 200. This is their mating call. Big girls. Like you're not going to get the girl that Troy Aikman's dating with this call. Maybe this one.
I'm on Zoli's.
Now, Jay, as Dan gets the hell out of here to join his family on vacation on their way to New York, you guys both had agreed that you're like, okay, I'll come in early. So you guys, coordinated with me, and I knew you'd be in.
Yep.
Cover him. Meanwhile, you're going to be out all next week because you're going to be Johnny Surf City.
Correct.
Going through Sinaloa country.
Yes, narco.
You're insane.
Narco Jay.
I got to tell you, Jay, you like out of all the Diacos, even Steve, who's doesn't have a real job, he's retired. He doesn't. He got a big. Steve's got all the money too, man. He's loaded. Steve's loaded.
Steve travels more than I do, but you just don't know about it because he doesn't have to cancel anything to go anywhere.
He's so loaded. And don't you kind of envy Steve a little bit, Jay, the fact that he his kid, his duty as a father is never done. It's like he had to go do the Nick thing, and like sometimes your dad has to come in.
Dad suffered with us till he died, but it's different than when they're really young.
But when they're not under your roof anymore.
Big difference.
Right? So can you imagine how wild you and Candor are going to go when finally you're Trey's your oldest. your daughter.
Yeah, she'll still be young too. It's going to be awesome
I
for
know,
me.
but
She'll
I'm
still
s-
be mid-40s. It'll be awesome.
What I'm saying is, you're only, 6, 7 years from having sister girl in college?
7, yeah.
Yeah, so she's in college. Trey's out conquering the world, and it's just you and Can. I mean, things are going to be different.
I never thought
You're going to be
I
able to
would have,
walk around with your wiener hanging out in the
empty
living
nest-
room.
I have empty nest envy.
I'm saying.
That's a little. Looks
Like, literally,
They make it look fun, honestly.
Like right now, I'm going to give you an example, and please
Pity
don't
too. He's having the same phenomena.
please don't get mad at me, okay?
No.
And I don't want your wife mad at me. I got enough.
Oh God, here we go.
I got enough Diaco wives mad at me. The only one that's not mad at me is Krista because she's not allowed to listen.
She's not allowed to be mad at you.
She's not allowed to do anything without asking Steve. Steve,
Can I be mad?
Steve, can I be mad at Bubba? No. Okay, I want to though.
She's awesome.
Okay, this is how it goes. Steve says no. No. But I really want to, Steve, and I'll take you upstairs. Okay, whatever you want. Jay, am I right?
Yes.
But listen, right now, when you and Candle were first dating, you could, and you guys were living together, whatever, and you didn't have any kids. If Candle was, in the kitchen looking kind of hot with some boy shorts on, you could roll up in there and take Mama right from behind, right there in the kitchen. Didn't have to worry about nobody coming down, no kids, no nothing. Now, you can never do spontaneous, cool, kinky stuff like that because there might be a kid lurking around somewhere.
Even damn Ripley. The other day, I couldn't get my dog out of my freaking bed.
Right.
It was unbelievable.
So as soon as we drown that dog and give him the kids.
Yeah. And then you're going to go bring him downstairs, put him in the cage for him to bark for my kids to wake my kids up. It's like.
But when all that's gone, man, things can change. Right?
Oh, everything's good. Candle's awesome. We figure it all out, man. There's a way to do it. Raising kids is not easy, but, you can do it and have fun.
I'll tell you the best thing for Candle's been Trey getting his driver's license. Now, poor thing can actually have some time.
You're right.
She didn't have to be a god dang
chauffeur
for Trey's.
It was,
and Trey, I mean, at his age, man, 15 years old, you're involved in a lot of stuff that you need hauled around to.
And he doesn't want to be in the car either. So it's like they're at this last 6-month period where she's in the car for 4 hours a day, every day between the academy and Jesuit. And I mean, I told her it's a blessing. Be happy you can do it. There's a lot of women that go to work and work 40, 50 hours that can't pick their kids up. And so I understand it's tiring and I understand you want to complain about it, and that's fine. I get it. That part's over. I mean, Trey is a solo flyer, and it's unreal. I love it.
But here's the other thing, and I truly mean this. And, as strong men, we got to say, listen, honey, there's other women that would just love to be able to just haul kids around. They have to go out and come and work as accountants and dig ditches and work real jobs. And
work with Bubba.
And a lot of women have to go out and do 9 to 5 and work for somebody and take orders and things like that. Right. There are women, but hold on.
But they still come home to their kids.
But hold on, Dan, for a minute, Jay. I wouldn't want to switch with her in a million years and have to deal with those rugrats all day. I would rather just go put a nice suit on and be a lawyer all day than have to deal with it. Right? I mean, it's almost you wouldn't want her job either, right?
We're wired. This is one of those things. Men and women are wired differently. This is what she was born to do. She loves it. We planned on having one kid, and she was so good at it. All she wanted to do was have another kid. And I'm so glad.
Was she
that we
bugging
did.
about you? Was she bugging you a little bit?
Yeah, it's a funny story. Our plan was one and done. And when Trey was about 2.5, we're on the way to Home Depot. Of course, Home Depot, maybe Bed Bath & Beyond, your weekends at that point in your life.
Right.
And she says,
you're
hey,
done.
what do you think about a second child? And the story goes, I looked at her and said, I need a moment to think about that. And I told her 2 weeks later.
So hold on. Because here's what
2 weeks later.
Because here's what Jay's thinking in his little
I
peanut.
couldn't believe
here's
that
what
she had
Jay's
done it.
thinking in his peanut head. Oh man, another kid. I'm not gonna be able to go to Costa Rica half as much. I'm not gonna be able to go surfing. Just pick up my board and get me and Pitty go on the East Coast. I got a whole nother deal going on.
You know what it was?
But am I right though? A little
Similar, but it's also the artifacts of children. When you have a child, an infant, and this is where Lummy will know it. You got a baby bag, and you got bottles, and you got 6 different nipples for your baby bottles, and then you have Sugies, and you have pacifiers, and then you have diapers, and you have a diaper bag,
and you got formula,
and you got a formula, and you got your mixer, and you have your car chair, and you have
get
your
no
baby
sleep.
chair in the
And you
kitchen,
get no sleep.
and you have your little tiny the toddler things they run around in the house, and then all of a sudden it's all gone.
Right.
And you have
you're
your house back. It's like, when you first lose that baby bag, you'll be like, oh my God, that baby bag's gone. The diaper bag is gone. And then all of a sudden you lose everything. You get your back seat back to your car, and your wife says, hey, let's do it again.
What?
I'm surprised.
By the way, I gave everything away, so I had to start over again.
I know.
And everything.
That's true. I'm honestly surprised that all the Diacos just had 2 children. I would think that you guys would want as many kids as possible.
We're not ball players. We don't need to procreate the world.
Well, I don't know. I just the way that you guys think, you want to spread the seeds. You want a lot of Diacos running around.
That's not. No. That's the way one thinks. Dan.
No, but they all had
Dan wants to spread his. If Dan could have 15 kids with 5 different women, he would.
I think that's how most men feel.
I have 5 kids. They're all named Joseph Francis.
So I'm just saying, Steve and Jay and Jay are a little more strategic than Dan, and they're like, 2's good.
But they all had
two's
to.
Perfect.
But they all had
perfect.
to.
Yeah,
I know, but it's not a wonder Dan didn't have 7.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he's like Hugh Hefner. He just wants to spread his seed.
He is.
He thinks his seed's all that. He really does. So anyway, speaking of Dan, Jay, do you think Dan is? Because I'm not this
shot
guy.
out of a cannon.
No. Now, in traveling, because Dan is traveling with his family right now,
in coach,
and I travel. I used to travel with my family, as well. And so when you're traveling as a family, and really only me and Jay and Dan can probably speak of this, but when you're because we're fathers, but when you're traveling as a family, you have to make sure your kids are packed. You got to make sure mama's packed. You got to make sure that you're packed. You got to make sure that you got like an extra backpack or 2 for kids stuff, whether it's snacks or water or whatever they may need, Band-Aids, some Neosporin, some hand gel. You just got to, you got to pack for the kids a little bit too. Then you got to wrangle them all up, take them to the airport, make sure you got to herd them, make sure you guys are all staying together. Everybody's got your boarding passes. Everybody's going to go through TSA. Help your kids go through TSA. Now, is Danny a absolutely, barely making the gate, rushing through, it's a nervous wreck kind of guy? Or is he I'm here 40 minutes early, I'm going to sit down and relax? Because that's how I am when I travel. I give myself like 2 hours. I hate to be the Johnny, the rushing the gate. I got to get through.
Oh, it's so stressful.
I hate that.
Because you don't run.
That's me.
I've been running before.
I do that.
That's you?
Yeah, I just checked in for my flight for tomorrow, and I'll roll up to the airport literally 1 hour and 10 minutes before the flight leaves, and then drop my luggage off and be done.
But I see Dr. Dan's flight, I think, is like 11 today.
Danny does 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So Danny's completely opposite you. I thought Danny would be. I thought Danny would be like, oh my God, it's last second. The gate's closing in 10 minutes. We're still going through TSA. Sir, can you help us out? Because if you're running late, sometimes you'll tell TSA, hey, my flight leaves and they're getting ready to close the gate. And sometimes they'll work with you.
Did you ever notice that Dan doesn't like being late ever to anything?
But
and
so you're
he's the same way about flights.
So am I. You're the fly by your night, seat of your pants, barely make the gate guy.
No, I'm a planned travel guy. I've been, I'm well traveled. I've been all over the world, and when I go to these places, I know that in Tampa Airport, I need an hour and 15 minutes. If I'm in Costa Rica, I need an hour and a half. There's some airports you need more time, sometimes less.
All right, so you figured it out.
If you go to Costa Rica, they say get there 3 hours early. If you do, you're there with 2 tour buses and 300 people trying to get through one gate with one person sitting there with, a computer like airplane. It's unbelievable.
Oh, just wait till you try to cross the border in Mexico. Good luck.
Just walk across.
No, yeah, good luck with that. That's like 5 hours. They'll tell you about it.
Well, we're not talking about that.
No, but I'm saying for him to be scheduled because he's going there.
Oh, he's probably got a VIP deal going on.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when we get there,
I'm sure that
there's a bus waiting on us with,
right.
I think, like 7 or 8 of the guys are all flying in at the same time.
From that resort, you have a driver waiting for you.
There'll be a bus waiting for all of us.
Right. There's a bus waiting for all, however many is
and
going.
And it's about an hour drive through the red zone until we get off the highway, and we go about 20 minutes to the coastline, and then I don't call it a resort as much as I'd call it like a compound.
Now,
it's kind of more a compound.
Can you run some tape on maybe when you're going through the red zone?
I'll tape it all, and I brought a drone, and I'm gonna try to bring you some good content.
Oh,
honestly.
that would be great, Jay.
I'll definitely do a little bit of narrating if you're driving through.
You have been kind of lacking on the content.
I have, honestly, if you look at all my social media stuff, there's not a lot after my dad died.
You're a real private guy.
If you look at my stuff, there's really not a lot after my dad died. One or two, maybe. It's been like 5 months, and so I need to get back on it and do some stuff for my firm and do some stuff for me. And
yeah,
this will be an interesting one. And do some stuff for you.
Thing about it is, man, you know, my guys will cut it up for you and then give it to you, and then you tell us, okay, I want this. I want to use this for my brand, meaning the Diaco deal. You know, I want to use this footage, and then here's some footage you guys can have for Bubba Army.
Yeah.
You know, but
Well,
it's
you know,
all about
private,
it's all about getting, you know, not being a lazy ass and getting your phone out and recording.
Well, I'm thinking almost I may go back to Surf Ranch and talk to Danny. I don't know if you want to get the ugly photos of what my leg looked like and what it looks like now.
No, I don't.
Okay, because it was such a brutal injury, and the first thing I said to Dan is, please don't post anything. Because I didn't want to see it, but now that it's healed so well, it doesn't look good, Anna.
It looks fantastic.
So,
I would love to see what it looked like before.
I have never even seen the photos. Pity has them, and they're pretty gnarly. So I'll send them to you.
This is your first surf trip since you getting tweaked.
Yeah.
And
it was only 3 weeks ago, and my
when you
legs
got
healed
tweaked,
perfectly.
it wasn't like on day 2, like it completely, like you had
It was last wave.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Well, then that's good. Hold on, because if it was the first wave, I mean, that would suck, would it not?
It would have been the worst. I said to everyone, I said, you know, my life is a series of best, worst case scenarios. I do get flats. They happen in my front yard in Costa Rica.
Right.
And I do get an injury, but it happened at the surf ranch
with
a safety crew on the last wave of the last day. And they were able to have me, you know, wounded and bandaged up within 3-4 minutes. If I was in Sinaloa, I told Danny's having me bring a staple gun. So Pity said that based on what he saw, he could use a staple gun and he could staple my leg up.
Penny's, just because Penny's wife used to be Dan's assistant, Pity thinks he's a full-blown stapler now.
No, Danny said he could do it.
I know, but I'm just saying, Pity. That's so Pity. Well, I'll tell you, I think I've seen it enough. I think I could do it for you, Steve. I mean, Jay.
He saw someone butcher me, so I think he could do it better than that.
You basically just have to have a general understanding as to how the skin's going to try to grow back, and then just staple it. And but he doesn't have a chance to give you any anesthesia or not. It would be like, you know, he would. I mean, was he going to send some Novocaine where he could numb it up, or was it just going to be, you know, bite the bullet?
If this happened in the ocean, it could take hours before you get to a hospital, and then you're dealing with Spanish-speaking hospital. I don't speak Spanish, and you know, I was able to tell this kid who was stitching me up. My brother's a plastic surgeon.
But when they
I'm
stitched you
a med
up,
mal lawyer.
did they numb it?
Yes, they did, that hurt like a mother when they stuck the needle right in it after 3.5 hours later. So that's the part that I don't know. If it happened right away and you cleaned it out and you just stapled it right away, you don't need the needle because that you're in the immediate, like, it's painful now. Just do it. I think it'll be fine.
Pity will have his little stapler hold right.
Go right. Yeah, we can just have some saline, clean it all out.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, I'm never going to talk to you again. We're not friends ever again. If by some reason you go and one of you guys have a mishap and Pity breaks out the staple
video
gun,
that.
if I don't get video of that, Jay, I'm never speaking to you again. I mean it.
Deal.
Okay?
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh
yeah.
I'm hitting.
I was going to not interrupt, but please flip your next gen pots to A side.
Man, is that a change that you just made, or is
I'm trying to get
that
rid
a
of
mistake that I made?
No, I'm trying to get rid of distortion in one of the channels.
Oh, okay.
Give that a go.
Thanks, Maj.
Revolution. Boom. Your ears are in for some severe blunt force trauma. Bubba the Love Sponge. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
That would be a crazy drive.
Where are you going to?
Lummy, new parody.
Yes.
Mastellatus.
New parody, new person.
Hospital, or the airport.
And I got to do. I eventually have to do super beats.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna do them now.
All right. No. Where in Sinaloa?
It's the surf break's called El Patoles, and Sinaloa is like we're literally in the Sinaloa province, which is where narcos all. It's all.
Yeah, I've been to. They have a lot of crab.
Crab.
We drove there.
Oh, do they? They got great fishing.
It's good fishing over there, but they're known with the Sea of Cortez for their crabs. So we drove down there, at Sonora, and so I didn't know like where you're going because there's a lot of fishing villages.
Yeah.
What city? Where were you going in Surf Ranch?
It's called El Patoles.
Is it on like the little islands?
No, it's on the Pacific coast where there's like all these basically these big coves that are well known for point breaks.
Okay, because I know there's like one city, sort of with an N. They have these like, kind of like that Costa Rica video you showed, where you look out and there's mountains and the land. It's like right over there.
It's beautiful.
Who's March fucking rolling up on me like the goddamn monster that he is?
Every time you were playing stuff,
See,
like
this
on
one's
screen,
right here.
there was just crackles on the right channel. So I'm trying to see if it's the audio card or the fader. So that's why I wanted.
I didn't hear any of it.
I heard.
Oh, you know, see, we're like,
it's very subtle, but it's there.
And it drives you crazy, say
It
it.
drives you crazy.
Okay,
So
perfect.
hopefully that fixes it.
So we're A-side until further notice.
Yes.
Thank you, buddy.
Hopefully that just fixes it.
Okay, bud.
Keep after Sinaloa.
Let me don't miss the motherfucking Joe Gondak.
I got Joe Gondak. I was gonna get my way back. I got Joe Gondak earlier.
Okay,
Wanna cash up? What is it?
You better get him.
Patoles. Patoles. LES. Maybe take Sinaloa out and just put El Patoles surf. Put surf in after it, before Mexico. Because it comes right up on the surf line. You should show LES. That's it, that's it, yeah. It's always surf range. I guarantee you that's it right there.
See what puts it up on the map.
Yeah. No, picture the real surf range. There. That looks right.
Oh, okay, so you were south of there. Oh wow, okay.
So that does look right, right?
Yeah.
Off in like its own little point, keep going in. This we're right off of this point here.
You're on the border.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, and you're flying into
Mazatlan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have to drive at all.
It's like maybe 45 minutes or so an hour.
Yeah. Like, man, you're gonna cross the border. It's like an 8-hour
Exactly,
drive.
Jason Hubner.
That's like an 8-hour drive.
Nah.
No, I'm saying if you cross the border.
That would be. I wouldn't do that. That would be scary as crap. To try to drive from
You'd
the
have to pay.
United States all the way down into the drug cartel.
We get to pay.
Smells like cooking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure these guys have that kind of an arrangement. You know, like I said, I really have never felt much safer than you get off the bus and these guys are there, and there's nothing gonna happen. It's all good.
Yep. Crazy.
Yeah.
But
Hi, Rumble.
my milkshake brings out the boys to the yard. And then
Say again?
it's better than your damn right. It's
Yeah.
better
And then
than
when
your
that shooting happened at the
shoot.
bottom, I'm not trying to
But I
say
have
it, but
to
when the shooting
try
happened at the
my
bottom of
milkshake
500, I was
brings
just
out
like,
the boys to the yard.
What got me was when like that family and their minivan like got attacked and they dragged them out and stuff. That would be insane.
Yeah,
that was a border town.
No, the one last year they thought they were going out for plastic surgery.
Oh, tummy tuck deal.
Yeah.
That was that last year? I think
yeah.
it was like
It was this
2
year.
months ago.
Yeah.
They killed 2 of them.
Yeah. Dragged them out of the car and beat them and stuff. That's the kind of thing that scares me.
I think that's the kind
Other
of thing
than
that
that,
scares everyone.
other than that, it's cool.
Rightfully
Big
scared.
Roger.
My milkshake. God, I was seeing that all night last night. Ooh.
Morning, everybody.
Everybody.
I'm having like chat overload between the two rooms. Yeah, exactly. Dan's got both of them. So
Yeah.
you get chat cancer at
Or
all times.
both, yep.
Morning, Brian. Philly.
You're right, Jonesy, but he's been there for a few decades, so I feel pretty good about it. There's always that chance. We'll see. Hopefully I'll be back next Monday.
Not next Monday, the Monday after.
That's what I meant. He'll be listening next Monday. I'll be gone.
I'll teach you what I What a song, man.
No doubt.
Nothing was bigger
The
for like
lyrics are
a
incredible.
year.
Thought-provoking.
La 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 la. Warm it up.
We got a lot to do. Let's go.
To all the FTEs out there, he salutes you. He salutes you.
Loving it.
And hopes you don't get herpes from a lot lizard.
Something's wrong with me.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Bubba.
I would say
about
that.
City boys are up right now.
Look at that, man. I mean, how many 72, 3-year-old, bona fidely grandpa-looking men have enough swag to pull old girl like that?
Hey, you know what they say about funny guys, and Bill Murray's one of the funniest people alive. So
he's supposed to be also one of the coolest guys. Have you seen that, like, Searching for Bill Murray thing?
Yeah.
He's such a cool guy. He just rolls up at people's weddings, and he's really an interesting character.
I'll tell you who's the biggest dick ever to live. On the flip side of Bill Murray is
Dan Aykroyd?
Chevy Chase.
Oh, Chevy Chase. Yes.
When I was at Howard's wedding, Chevy Chase was there, and they actually had to physically take the microphone away from him. He was being so inappropriate.
I think Bill Murray and Chevy Chase got into a fight at Saturday Night Live, right?
I think he's had that
Chevy
reputation.
Chase was the reason a lot of people left SNL at the time.
He wanted to leave and do movies, and then he thought he was better than the TV people, and there was a little crossover. Once you left TV, you never went back, whereas now they don't care. They'll go back and forth. They'll go to Netflix. They'll do whatever just because they make the money.
I mean, like Jennifer Aniston. She'll go Netflix, she'll Apple TV, silver screen, television series, HBO. Doesn't matter.
Nope.
Paramount Plus.
Nope.
I mean,
George Clooney, he did it all. He didn't care.
It used to be back in the day that you had to be, it was if you were an actor, an A-list actor, TV was beneath you. Like a TV series was kind of beneath you.
You know who's kind of
Right?
like that contemporary? Patrick Dempsey from ER. He wanted to make it in the movies. He kind of resented being in TV. He wanted to be a pro race car
Grey's
driver for
Anatomy guy?
Porsche. He kind of had that reputation for kind of being like the diva actor who wasn't really satisfied.
I don't think that was
Patrick Dempsey. It's
Is that
100%.
Grey's
He was not.
Anatomy?
Yeah,
Grey's
Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy. Excuse me.
Michael York,
Grey's
Venmo,
Anatomy.
Grey's
25.
Anatomy with George Clooney and all the people.
Well,
He was
George
on that
Clooney
same
was on
show.
ER.
Man.
Okay, we're that one too.
Who's the biggest star in the world now?
I mean, like Hollywood?
Television?
Well,
Hollywood?
no, just like who's the biggest male star? Is it LeBron James? Is it
That's
The
a
Rock.
broad- that's
is
a
it
broad
the
category.
Rock? Is it the Rock?
Rock's
Is it the
pretty far
Rock?
up there.
Is the Rock like? Who do you think
Tell you who the new Arnold is The Rock.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, The Rock's kind of the new Arnold with a Bruce Willis chaser with a, right?
I'm 2 episodes into that Arnold
Sly
thing,
Stallone.
and it's really interesting. I watched it after we were on the show the
I
other day.
have to watch
You got to
that.
watch it. It's so interesting because he visualized his future, and like the first episode's about his bodybuilding, the second one is about his movie career, and the third one's about politics. I'm almost done with number 2. If you want to just get a motivational, watch it. This dude literally sat on his bed as a kid with pictures of oiled men on his walls. His father came in and says, "There's something wrong with you. You have pictures of oiled men on your wall. No girls. What's wrong with you?" And so he envisioned that one day he was going to be holding the Mr. Universe trophy, and they were going to be going, "Arnold, Arnold." And then it happened. And then every time he was faced with failure,
When did he
brushed
start
himself off.
When did
and
he
kept going.
start bodybuilding? Was it in Austria?
It was in Austria, and
And
then
how
he
like
made,
was it primitive where he just grabbed a couple old
Yes.
rusty weights from his
Yes.
dad's garage?
They did it in the woods. The pictures of him and his first workout buddies are like literally in little briefs out in the woods just lifting.
Hold on, like lifting weights or
Yeah,
like
weights.
tree logs or
Weights.
just weights.
But just really
like real
rudimentary stuff.
real rusted out,
Yes.
just like the kind you'd see at prison.
Yeah, his father said, if you want to work out, grab the axe and cut some wood.
Right.
And he said it was a hard time because Austria is beautiful, but his father had just been beaten as in war. And so the whole country was full of men who considered themselves prideful men who were beaten losers who came back losers. And he said it was a tough
That's right,
time.
World War II.
He said it was a tough time
Austria,
post-war.
What was Austria
Yeah.
on
It was
Germany?
Nazi.
Yeah.
It was Nazi Germany.
Hitler was
Right.
Austrian.
Exactly.
Right. So what I'm saying is,
So all
during
he could-
World War II, they were Germany's ally.
Right. So
Right.
He literally, his first movie he saw was Hercules. And he saw this guy and he's like, oh my God, this guy, through bodybuilding, made himself into a movie star and I'm going to do the same exact thing. And then he did it. And it was the most incredibly motivating
And you're right.
thing.
He started out as, he came to Hollywood, he came to America. And
For
went,
Mr. Universe.
And went, but knew the move to L.A.
Yep.
That's where you need to be.
Muscle Beach.
You need to be there. That's where entertainment, you need.
He hooked up with Weider.
Joe Weider.
Joe Weider.
And
that was the beginning of
but
the
he
end.
initially came as just a bodybuilder.
Yep.
And he happened to pick L.A. because he maybe knew that might
Venice
be,
Beach,
that was, he was just smart.
It started in Miami. He lost his first Mr. Universe. He'd won two in Europe. And Joe Weider? Joe Weider. Weider invited him to Miami to do the United States version of Mr. Universe. He came in all cocky. Mr. thought he was going to win, and he got second. And he said, I cried all night long until I woke up the next morning and I said, don't be. And he said, an a-hole. And he kept moving forward. And he went to Miami and he did Muscle Beach. And then the next thing you know, he was figuring out a way to write himself into Hollywood. And his first movie was a Hercules of New York.
Well,
Didn't he miss his dad's funeral?
But hold on now. After he finally then became the biggest bodybuilder in the history of bodybuilding, then after he was done there, you can only go so far. You can't be, He
wanted to be an actor, so he actually classically trained.
So then he's like, okay, I'm going to parlay this stardom and notoriety into the silver screen, and took acting lessons, right?
Yep.
And then got a couple small little roles. America loved him and went on. So then he becomes an A-list actor. A $20-30 million a year guy, like those kind.
So right now, it's the conflict between him and Sly, and Sly's like, I didn't like him because he came and he was better than me.
Right.
And he broke the ceiling and he did everything and he made more money than anyone.
Right.
And so he's like, if I killed 20 people in a movie, he wants to kill 30.
Right.
That kind of competition.
And the other thing that Sly was always a little intimidating, like put Arnold over as, Sly is only 5'6".
Yeah, he's a small guy.
He's
tiny.
He's 5'6". Now he's jacked up and everything, but Hollywood has really kind of misled you on Sly's just a little short guy.
A lot of the actors are short guys.
Yeah, and so Hollywood,
Tom Cruise.
Hollywood has kind of, but he still has short guy syndrome. And so here's the deal: when a guy like Arnold comes in as the next action figure, and he is 6'3" and a former Mr. Universe, that guy.
He said there was no roles for him in Hollywood because the leading man was like the Paul Newman and all those kind of guys, skinny guys. There was no big guys anywhere.
Right.
And so he was typecast. No one wanted to do it. And so it was really Conan that set him apart after he did Conan.
But did he say he didn't have really... He wasn't speaking good English.
Yeah, right. I mean, he had like 100 word vocabulary.
Yeah, because I think his Conan, he said what, one word?
No, he had more than that, but he had much more.
But he turns. So then he gets into acting.
Yeah.
Has to take a couple small deals.
So the coolest thing's how he got to the Kennedys. So he's like a super popular weightlifter, and they're going to have a celebrity tennis match in wherever they live.
How he
Kennedys
infiltrates that bubble, right?
Rose Kennedy calls him and says, "I'd like you to come to the charity."
Which will be like the equivalent. Hold on, it would be the equivalent of like Arlene calling somebody.
No, it would be the equivalent of Michelle Obama calling you in Camelot time. This is like 1971.
Right.
There's no one more important than the Kennedys. And so at first he says, "I don't know how to play tennis," and so he calls his manager, and his manager goes, "Who called?" Call him back and say yes.
They invited him to like a celebrity tennis tournament.
So he's like, I've never picked up a tennis racket. I don't know how to do this. What do I do?
Know how to swing tennis ball?
Just
I
go
will
and
hit
be
tennis
yourself.
ball 500 miles an hour and hit somebody in head and get in trouble.
The night before, they're at like this ball, and all the Kennedys are there. It's like a who's who of the world, and Maria likes him. And Maria's mom says to Arnold, my daughter's taken a liking to you. And so after that event, she's like, why don't you fly out with us to our beach house? And he's like, what? All I have is my tennis shorts. And she's like, that's all we wear at the beach anyway is my tennis shorts.
Do you have
so that's how it
you
happened.
have barbells at said beach place?
So he
I will not
literally-
be able to go there unless you have full set of dumbbells and barbells. I must
do
train.
work, must crunch.
I must train all day.
So it's sort of like, you remember Wedding Crashers when they show up at that? It's exactly like that. And,
so I
and
mean,
they
again,
loved him.
he just comes over as just a guy from Austria that was going to be a bodybuilder, some lunk-headed bodybuilder, and he turns that in. He turns lunk-headed body. I mean, think about it. Arnold Schwarzenegger turns lunk-headed bodybuilder into the biggest name in Hollywood, into the governor of California. Like
Marrying into the first family, best
marrying
politics.
into the most pristine family of
all
arguably
time.
of our country's history. Like the Kennedys, you know, like everybody know whether you like them or not. They're probably
Everyone knows it.
They're probably our American equivalent of the royal family.
Yeah,
you know, so to speak.
Camelot.
And so anyway, and then this lunk-headed weightlifter turns into biggest Hollywood actor, turns into governor, turns into listen. If there wasn't a rule where you had to be born in America, he would have been a president.
I think he could have won at
He
that
would
time.
have been the president of the United States.
He could have parlayed that governorship right into a
If they would
presidency,
have
I
had
believe.
if they would have like an amendment where they would say, listen, you know what, you don't have to be you know born in the U.S. as long as you've been a citizen for X amount of years and blah blah blah, and which Arnold would meet all those
Do
criteria.
you think that's a bogus rule?
No,
The born in the U.S.
I think that's a good rule.
Yeah.
even though it screwed Arnold.
Yeah.
No,
There should
even
be
if
other
it's like you've been
qualified
here
people.
for 20. Hold on. Even if you've been here for like 20, 30 years.
I'm not much different than I was 20, 30 years ago. I look a little skinnier. I'm a little bit lighter. But,
You're not
you know,
you're not a lot different than you used to be 20 or 30 years ago.
Sure I am, and yet I'm not.
Okay, well,
And any man would understand exactly what I'm saying. I mean, are you much different than you? I mean, I'm a mature man, and I got responsibilities. But deep down in your soul, are you about the same guy you were when you were 30, Bubba?
I'm the same guy I was when I was rolling around real hard with whores and private airplanes.
So you're saying,
but hold on, but I'm not.
Right.
Okay,
I'm
so
saying the exact same thing.
So what do you? So you're saying that people, you have to be born here in order to truly understand what it's like to be an American.
I think that rule is a good idea. Yes.
I kind of like that Johnny Rah-Rah approach that you just put on it. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like that being the reason. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
And that country could do a long-term play. Have a guy here for 20 years.
That's the whole concern. is you
I
don't want a
see. Okay.
Manchurian
Hey, I
candidate.
get it.
You
I
don't
get it.
want a
I get it.
Manchurian
It cuts
candidate.
it right. It cuts it right at the knees.
Because you could do that now.
That could never, and under today's rules, that could never, ever, ever happen.
Okay. I
Whereas
understand.
you could see like a kid being groomed from
Understood,
China or Russia
understood.
or wherever and going to college at,
Right.
MIT and then getting this unbelievable
I understand.
internship in Washington, D.C. And then they're like, this is the guy. No, not the guy or gal. Or
Let me burn off some words so I can get back on time. I don't know how far off I am because I didn't reset the clock, so I have no idea
You're
what's
not that bad. I don't think you're that far off.
No, I think I'm supposed to be saying like showing break 5.
Yeah,
and
I don't
it
even know
shows
what break you're
Blake
on.
12. So listen, in all hey affiliates, we don't know what break we're on, so we're gonna try to figure that
Rat
out.
row.
We're currently
row.
in segment 5, so we're coming to break 5.
Hey, hold on. So if I was to look at that sign right now, it would say, if it was correct, it would say 4.
Correct.
And we're going ready to get into 5.
Yes.
We're not that far late then.
No, we're catching up.
Actually, pretty much on time. 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're not too bad.
10 minutes.
Yep.
How about I burn one now and we come back with a brand new parody?
Can't wait.
Who's it provided by?
Florida Stanley.
Okay, but you said something when you gave it to me. You're like, new guy, new song. Like what?
Yeah, Florida Stanley's never done a parody.
I was going to say,
Oh,
have we heard this before?
He's a new guy, dude.
This isn't Steve.
No.
Hold on. I don't know. Whoa.
Oh, don't worry, Bubba.
Hold on.
It's very good.
We have rules here at the BRN, and we have rules sometimes that I just off the top of my head make. And that's why we have your little notepad, Lummy, for when I make harebrained decisions.
Yes.
You were able to go back and find those harebrained decisions, and sometimes we laugh about it and says, "What was Bubba thinking?"
Yes.
And then other times we're like, "Man, that's cool." And sometimes my harebrained decisions, they stick, like the scorecard deal. That was a harebrained decision, but that's turned into something kind of fun now, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Sure, it has, Milton. So that being said, Lummy, I I might want, and you know, this is open for discussion. This is open for the entire show. I want everybody to help me through this process. This isn't going to be Bubba Law. This is, I want you guys to give me your opinion on this. But maybe a new guy shouldn't just be able to, you know, boss hog his way in to getting his song expedited on the air if he hasn't been, if our 3 other parody guys, you know, haven't agreed, yeah, we don't mind that guy, you know, doing a song. Because our three parody guys have, okay, what?
Well, no, you, Rhett. I was going to say something.
So if I'm not mistaken, this was a collaborative effort.
No, it was not a collaborative effort.
Oh, I thought Florida Stanley
and Florida Stanley got approval from all 3 guys.
No, hold on. Now,
you got approval?
Lummy, are you just saying that?
No, not.
I don't have a way to. I don't have a way to check it.
I talked to the
See, last I knew, I only said that because last I knew, I had seen Florida Stanley and John from Naples.
We already got some drama on this deal.
No, there's no drama. They were just doing a bunch of drugs at Sunset Music Festival, and I think that might be where this came from.
Okay,
sounds like
I don't know that for sure though. That's just my assumption.
Thanks, Fred. You're getting on my nerves. We might have that new category. You're getting on my nerves, but don't put it down yet. Let me.
Okay.
Shut up, Brad. God. What I'm saying is maybe a brand new person that's never done a parody can't just boss hog his way in and get it's pretty big. It's a pretty big thing to be played on the show. And you just can't boss hog your way right onto the show because you whipped up a song. In that case, it's going to be a floodgate of everybody sending us stupid songs. We have to keep our hit mix 3, our parody 3 guys coveted. Lummy, we know they do good stuff for the most part, right?
Yes.
And when they do bad stuff, they know we can make fun of it, and they get it. They understand the dynamics, and that's why those guys are our 3 parody guys, because it's hard to get guys that can do good parodies and understand that, you know, our dynamic of saying and making fun of you when it sucks, but we'll put you over when it's good. But we have, you know, some control on our parody guys, right?
Correct.
Steve said he didn't know about it, but he doesn't care.
Well,
I need those 3 guys to agree to allow, you know.
But then what if they never allow it?
Steve says I don't care.
That never gets played.
Florida Stanley is a big contributor. Florida Stanley and John from Naples.
Do we have a way? I mean, like, can I go to our?
Steve said okay in chat just now.
And John from Naples, it was supposed to be working on it, but he was a little busy, so Florida Stanley decided to do it himself.
So you're Lummy, you're saying to the best of your ability,
yes,
to be 100% with your put your little 3 fingers up, honest engine. If you were to be honest engine. Say it. I'm honest engine.
I'm honest engine.
That you know for a fact all 3 guys are okay with me playing this.
And Dark Merch Steve said in chat he doesn't care. John from Naples and him were working on it. Yeah, it's fine.
No,
it's fine.
It's fine.
It's honest engine.
Yeah, Dark Merch Steve said play it.
He didn't do an honest engine.
I know. Sorry, honest engine.
All 3 parody guys are cool with it.
All 3 parody guys are cool with it.
So put it all together.
Honest engine. All 3 parody guys are cool with it.
All right. We'll play it next, okay, bud?
Thank you.
All right.
Get to a safe place. Safe place.
The prison work release program gone horribly wrong.
You may.
Automatic microphone shut off. Engage.
Why? What'd they do now?
Bubba the Love Sponge show returns after these words.
I thought the fat one didn't really talk that much.
Haley Clark.
We probably should try to get Super Beats done.
Super Beats next?
Yeah, we'll do it next.
I'm honestly surprised she's not.
You want to do it? Yeah, let's let me do it again. Come get it.
All right. Don't fuck it up.
You need to make yourself a copy of this.
Okay, I'll go make one now.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, would you do that?
Yep.
I think you're my honest lummy.
Yeah.
Honest engine.
Yeah, look how big he is already. He'll jump in the water. He's a cutie.
That's it.
Yeah. I think he's going over here. He's just started with the water like 2-3 days ago. I don't even think he knows he can swim yet. You know? Yeah. Sage, she's 11.
Yeah. She's doing good.
She's doing good. It's so interesting. I'm sure you remember it was a hard time middle school for kids, for girls.
For everybody, but yeah.
Yeah. I think sometimes boys just have a thicker skin and the capacity to handle with like the nonsense, not take it personally.
What is she, 6th grade?
5th grade, she'll be 6th grade now. Yeah.
So middle school next year.
But yes, but the academy, they kind of already move them up into a different building, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she's already kind of been in the building, but not really a middle schooler. So she had changed the classes this year, but it's just the mindset of an 11, 12-year-old.
What's like the biggest issue? Other girls?
Other girls just being mean. You know, they were playing some game, a drawing game, and someone ended up putting, fuck you, Sage. And my wife was playing the game, and she's like, who did that? And she found out who did it, and I'm like, well, did you say anything to the parent? She said, no. Like, she's your friend, supposedly. Like, if Trey did that to somebody, I'd be mortified, and it'd be punishment. So she responded to the mom, and the mom was like mortified and took care of it. But I mean, they're kind of like
It was like in a book or what?
they like this drawing video games that you can play, and like many people can get on it. Like you
on like a phone?
Yeah, on like a phone or an iPad. So.
Did she have a phone?
Yeah, she just got it at 11. And I feel like it was too young for any kid, but I did it for Trey, and I have a rule: if I did it for one, I'll do it for the other.
But you can do it like age based. Like
Yeah, well, she doesn't go. She doesn't have any social media. She has no Snapchat, no Instagram, nothing like that. But I let her go on YouTube regularly, and I let her have free access to the internet. I mean, right or wrong. So it's just the way that they treat each other is so poorly, and boys
you
don't
know
take it personally.
who wrote it?
Oh,
like,
I know who wrote it. Yeah. And so as a dad, I'm going crazy, but I'm not. But if, so I guess the way the game goes is maybe 20 kids can be all playing at the same time. And so they will all see that.
Yeah.
Like my wife saw her.
Let me thank you for you're pretty much the best ever.
Thank you, Bubba. Are you done with your plate?
So,
Yeah, but I got it. It's a leftover Willie.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? But go put it in the kitchen. I'll tell Erica to come get it.
See your daughter. She says she's misses her so much. And so I'm like, did you read Mom? And she said no. And I said, well, I don't. And she said, okay, well maybe if your daughter stops blocking my daughter from all the other things, she'll be able to see her. She didn't know her daughter was blocking my daughter. I mean, how mean is that shit?
Blocking her?
From everything, texts, video games, whatever, for no reason. My daughter is the sweetest human being in the world. That's why they're doing it. And it's totally fine, because it's just part of it. I got harassed as a kid. I'm sure you did. It's teasing and bullying is part of school, is part of life. So it's just in today's day and age, what they do is they teach you, you need help. I'm my teacher. You need your own thick skin and your own defense mechanisms to deal with that bullshit. You don't need someone else to tell you how to deal with it. Now it's like.
But she has like friends that are good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She does, absolutely. But she just, like, after 3 days, I said, "Who is it that's doing it?" And she told me the names. I said, "You're forbidden to talk to him." No, I want you to block him. And I said, "I want you to block him in the most public way possible, so that you block him. And then when they come trying to ask why you blocked them, I don't want you to answer." And so it doesn't take very long, 24 hours. I want you to do this. I want you. And she's like, "Harrison," I said, "Don't care. You got them. Once you get them back, stop. Don't care anymore." Yeah. So that's the whole thing. Is she'll win, and then they want to be nice to her, and then she'll be nice to them again, and then they're mean to her again. Yeah. And it's like, how many times can you expose yourself to the same crowd?
And is the one that wrote "fuck you" and the one that blocked?
That's a boy.
Same? No, different.
Different people.
It was a boy that blocked.
The boy that wrote the thing, and the girl that blocked her. And so, but she's got some really sweet, good friends, and it's just the way the girls are. I've never blocked anyone from anything.
Well, you also didn't have this as a kid.
I mean, my wife does that shit.
Oh.
Okay. Do you ever block people? I'm sure. I mean, just don't respond to them, right?
If they're harassing me on social media.
I'm not talking like public, I'm like family.
Oh, no.
Yeah, average family.
All right, let me. Here we go.
All right. Go.
Oh God, Lummy, how scared are you?
Did a pretty good job last time. Just think of what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Ahead of time. Think right now.
Lummy, this is now a new. Lummy, this is now a new special feature. Lummy.
Does promo.
Lummy trying out for endorsements.
Oh boy.
All right. You have 19 seconds to think about what you're gonna say with ignoring us.
Here we go.
Yes, Jay, you're really helping me.
Lummy, you're gonna go from having to answer questions to be the like you're fucking P1 here, cuz. Say it, P1.
P1.
Here we go.
Host one, say it.
Host one.
Here we go.
The following broadcast is not for the mocha soy latte drinking, tree hugging, Birkenstock wearing crowd.
I'm not giving you a compliment.
If you tuned in by accident, get the out of here now before all the beer drinking, whiskey shooting hellraisers find out. This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Man, that introduction's quite aggressive, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Oh, this is now, it's a new segment that we've developed here at the Bubba Radio Network. We got scorecards. We get it's a continuing moving content target out of my probably virtually insane brain as the host of this program. Me, Bubba the Love Sponge. Hi, how you doing? But I got smart. But then I'm smart enough as a host to know that I can't sit here and be funny all day by myself. So I got to bring in very talented people. You know, I just can't sit here. People just want to hear me talking. You know, you sprinkle in a smart guy like Jay every once in a while. You bring his brother Dan in, who's a know-it-all and smart. You sprinkle in Anna's little bullcrap female conspiracy, somewhat Jewish
Female
leaning,
conspiracy Jewish.
Yenta kind of feel. You splash that in.
Yep.
Then you got, a bodybuilder over there wiring stuff up that chimes in from occasionally that supersets during in-between deals. Then you got a redheaded Pomeranian that used to like 300-pound African-American women but is given a shot on this pretty hot little white chick, playing house with her, getting, wiener dogs and all that kind of deal. And then you come to this guy right here, arguably one of the most talented show members of the show that I've made into. I mean, let's just be honest. Lummy is the favorite. I mean, if we were to sit here and to be honest, intellectually honest, Lummy is the most liked person on the entire show.
Without question.
Without question.
I believe yesterday you said it's hard to be mad at Corky.
It's hard. Well, it's hard not to make Corky it's hard for Corky not to be your favorite.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Especially
if Corky's funny and he's trying so hard, and you can see that Corky's got a ton of ability, and he's trying. It's so anyway. Just for all types of different reasons, people just love you. Just the way you are, and your big gentle giant, and kind of your stupid yet smart approach, and you always get nervous, and you're Stockholmed by me, and it's just your whole world of Lummy. Just people are enamored by it, and they just love you. Just what is not to love about you? You're a big man that could be a big prick and beat everybody up and be mean, but instead you're just this little gentle giant.
Gentle, so giant.
Just little gentle, slow giant. Say it.
Little gentle, slow giant.
There you go.
You almost messed that up.
Yeah, you almost messed it up.
He told me to think about what to say during Super Beats, all right?
He started doing his routine in his head.
So here you are, Lummy, and here we are, the next phase of your journey. You got to think, buddy. You started out in the back packing and shipping with 25 cents.
Yes.
It was you and a black guy back there, running the merch department. And then you were in a completely different building. You weren't even in the main studio, but you weren't even allowed to go in the studios.
We were in the trailer.
You guys don't ever, if you want to come into the studios, even to talk to, even to go to the bathroom, you have to call Big Dick and ask for permission.
Yeah. Or we'd have to
Let
go down the
alone,
trailer.
and then supposedly there was these rules. I don't know if Big Dick or Spice Boy, but I never had these rules. I never did.
It was a big dick.
And
yeah.
it was and the rules were: don't look at Bubba. Don't ever make eye contact with him.
Yep.
If he talks to you, tell him whatever he wants you to say.
Correct.
And don't ask him any questions.
That is correct. Yeah, correct.
And you just be invisible.
Yes, pretty much.
And if you see him walking around, quickly leave.
Or go find something to do. Don't talk to him.
Bring him a snack.
Yep.
And they're like, they literally said, don't talk to him and don't look him straight in the eye. And I never had those policies. It's almost they were ribbing me. Right? It's like Big Dick and Spice Boy are just trying to put heat on me, right?
Well, did you ever notice that we always had the gate open the day we were on and the door open, and then we never looked at you or talked to you when you were leaving? That was a rule, too.
No,
have everything ready for him to leave?
Yep.
At the old building?
Make sure the gas was the car was gassed up.
Jay, they even had to have my car gassed up with it running.
Yes. AC on.
5 minutes to have the AC get where it was, and then when I walk out of the building, they are to open the door, have it open for me.
Yep.
So I can just jump in.
I practiced law out of that office. Your stripper pole room was my conference room. That's where my girls used to eat dinner or lunch in there. And they were like, don't bump up against the pole.
So let me, like, you started out as that guy.
Yes.
And then worked your way into the big house.
Yes.
You know, you were like a field guy.
Yep.
And then you worked your way into the big house, right?
Yes.
And then you were like an intern, and like what were you doing when you got like an intern?
Yeah, I started as an intern.
Answer the phones.
No, it was not paid. Yes, answering the phones, editing a little bit of audio, packing and shipping.
A lot of packing and shipping.
Yes, a lot of packing and shipping.
No, this is 2 merch cricks ago. So
No, he was the merch crick, is what I'm saying.
yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
But we had a full paid time job, a full,
Yeah,
full-time
25
job.
Hmm.
Yeah, like, $25,000 a year job.
Oh my God.
For real.
Oh, it was like a 12-hour day on sometime when new releases
I mean,
would go out.
they would get like 600 orders in a day.
Holy Christ.
Yes.
Right.
Can I say that, or
It looked like a UPS store at Christmas time.
And 200 mud flaps, which are absolutely horrible.
Yeah. So you worked yourself way from there, Lummy, to here. Now you're on the air. I mean, God, you intern over there, and then we get over here, and you're still just an intern, and then you're a stunt guy, and then never paid. When was the first time you actually started getting paid here? You started with me in 2006. When did you, like, maybe?
I'd say 2009. 2009, I started getting.
You did?
Yeah, it was $9 an hour.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was $9 an hour. Technically, I could only be on the books. I think Dick told me 20 hours, and the rest, if I wanted to, I could work for free.
Yeah. So he had his 20 hours and 2 days burned up. He was working for free Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
All right, so that too. Then you're like doing some buds and studs, you like some shows with Trace and Colton and that whole world.
Yep.
And, still not really, really far from the main studio, the main show, right? I mean, the main show is the big, the big prized diamond.
Yes.
And you've just been digging as a miner, and you're finally up to the Holy Land. And now you're on the show, which, like, that's just unbelievable. You're on the show, and now you're the most popular person on the show. And now, because of that, you might start being a spokesperson and doing endorsements for companies.
You're like the Arnold of the show.
Arnold, visualize it.
And so,
love me,
visualize
love
it now.
me,
So-
love me.
So, like, Lummy, like, we've come to now. Well, you're going to start doing these, endorsements. Hold on, we're calling this Lummy endorsement practice.
Okay.
While doing an endorsement.
Take one.
So this is called Lummy doing an endorsement practice while doing an endorsement.
Okay.
And what is this called?
Lummy's endorsement practice while we're doing an endorsement.
Close enough.
It's close.
Okay, that's close enough. Okay, ready? I think your client might be Super Beats.
Oh yeah.
And Action for Lummy.
Yeah, let's talk about superbeats.com. Great client. We've been with them for about 3 months now, and we're going to be getting a lot of their other products, which you can see on humanwith2ns.com. Superbeats is a great, heartfelt reason to support your blood pressure. I love them. I know I take them every day at 6 a.m. when I get here. Bubba takes 2 to 4 a day.
Take two.
Yep.
Lummy completely lost.
Yeah, I lost.
Wait, how much time's left in the show?
Visualize it.
All right.
Lummy completely lost. It's unheard of for a show to do 2 takes on one endorsement. Usually, just a smooth guy can get it done while the syndication is live, and there's a lot of pressure on you. And Lummy, you're a rookie. Yep. This is why we do tryouts.
You can do it.
Take two for Super Beats and Action.
Let's talk about superbeats.com, a great client that we have. Bubba takes 2 to 4 every day. I take 2 when I get here in the morning at 6 a.m. I know that I need to control my blood pressure as a much larger person, and it's been helping me. I feel so much better every day I take these. If you want to have...
it's almost... Double.
Lummy, paired with a healthy lifestyle, the antioxidants in Super Beats are clinically shown to be nearly 2 times more effective at promoting normal blood pressure than a healthy lifestyle alone. Did you know that, buddy?
Yes, it's great stuff.
All right, so go ahead. Continue on some of the great bullet points you're supposed to be talking about with our great client, superbeats.com. By the way, you can go to getsuperbeats.com. Use promo code Bubba. That's GETSUPPER. Get Superbeats, BEETS.com.
Promo code Bubba.
Use promo code Bubba for all that. And you can double your potential and get a free 30-day supply and 15% off your first order by going to getsuperbeats.com and using the promo code Bubba.
God, you're good at that.
So there you
Doesn't he make it look easy on? I mean, it's so difficult. Have you ever tried before with him?
There you go, Lummy.
I have.
It's
I
hard.
nailed
Thank you,
it
Bubba.
every time.
Thank you for the copy. We'll be practicing it all weekend too.
Send that to Super Beats. That'll show them that the one guy was trying, and then Bubba came in and cleaned it up.
Yes.
You know. Be like Danny when if he was first trying to do stitching, and he went in there. Joe is in there. Danny starts stitching. Let me show you how to stitch, Danny. Probably at that. Actually, to be honest with you, because Joe was just a general, and Dan was Johnny really specific. That I think actually Dr. Joe used to marvel at Dan stitching and say, "God, I could never stitch like that."
Look at Jay's leg.
Didn't he?
He stitched. He stitched in high school, and he stitched before he went to college. And so when he was in medical school finally, and they had you guys doing anything, he was unbelievable.
Has anybody ever seen Dan stitch?
Yes.
It is
his one-handed knot. That thing is incredible.
It's literally. I don't know if I have. I think Lummy, when he fixed your face.
Yes.
Is it on that video?
I think
Yes.
it is,
Yeah.
and it is like a pianist. And his
Not a penis.
No, not
Sort of.
not a penis. It's like art. It's like it's a machine. He goes
The way his fingers go around his utensils, his tools.
Then he tightens it up, and he goes
His hemostats.
through back, and oh my God, it's unbelievable.
And the skin is perfect. There's no puckers. There's no sear. I mean, that's the thing. My legs healed and all. If it were on my face, I'd be mortified. Danny would have cut it open and done a Lummy to me.
He is so talented when it comes to sutures. Oh my God,
he's good at what he does. He's really, really good at what he does.
Lummy, we're not gonna. What's the scorecard for today, Lum?
Today, currently, Rhett has 0.
He got him. How much of a hole was he in?
Well, this is just for today. He was just in the minus one.
No. I'm looking for cumulative.
Oh, okay.
Week.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm looking for as of now. Danny's closed out. Dan's closed out because he's gone for the day. So what was Dan's final number for the week?
Dan's final number for the week was -4.
Ooh. Was he hot again this morning?
What do you start? No, because he started. I think he started by the minus. What did he start?
-6.
Yeah, so he actually was a +2 for the day.
Okay.
But not so good for the week.
No.
What's Rhett looking like for the week? Was he able to pull the nose up?
-7 still.
-7.
He
He's
zeroed
almost up there
himself
with
out.
Matroni.
No, he's in the lead. No.
No? So let me just go worst to first with regards to where we. No, we still got 54 minutes of the show left.
Yes.
Jay could get a couple yippee-os in there. Anna could do. I mean, Anna's been pretty neutral today, has she not?
I have. Yes.
Yes, she
Trying
has.
to ruffle any feathers.
Right. Yeah, that's odd.
Yes.
So let me give me the worst to first as we stand with 54 minutes left of the program.
Worst to first would be Rhett -7.
Oof.
Followed by, there's a tie. Babyface -4, Dr. Dan -4.
Well, those are both. That's going to be what it is because neither one of them will be here in the next 54 minutes. So that's okay.
Then followed by Anna with 0.
Mm-hmm.
Strong 0.
Lummy +3.
And
That's pretty
and
strong.
hold on. And
I have
hold
a
on.
macho man.
Hold on. And Jay would
I'm at
be
zeros.
Jay would be an even.
Yep.
He's no. You know what? Jay's an even. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay's an
I
even.
try my best not to get
I'm sorry,
negative. And if
I
I get
had
a
to
pop
add
every
them
now
to
and
the
then-
list.
And Macho Man's a -1, is he not?
He is a -1.
Really?
Yeah, Macho's a -1.
From the Whistleblower Rhett.
Yeah, from the Whistleblower Act. Yes. That's how Rhett got
Even.
one of his points back because he whistle blew on Macho Man.
Yes.
Told on Macho Man. So you can if you do.
There's tension back there, by the way, too, I think.
Oh, no.
Oh, is there?
I think so. Macho Man usually is talking to Rhett. Rhett's talking. And
Rhett, is there tension?
I don't think so. I'm just
Macho Man, is there tension between you guys? Are you guys all right?
He's in the rack room ignoring me.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Maybe there is tension.
You just summed it up.
Wow. Lummy, moving on to our next order of business, which is Florida Stanley now. Now, Lummy, I'm just not going to open the floodgates up for everybody to start sending in parodies. The only 3 people that we play parodies from are Dark Match Steve, Carlos Mandico, and John from Naples.
Yes.
Okay, those are that's what we affectionately known as the Hit Mix 3.
So, by the way, he turned this in, I think it was Tuesday, Wednesday, and I did my, due diligence and cleared it. Plus, he is a...
Hold on. You did your due diligence and cleared it in what way? By the words?
Just finding out if, the story with John from Naples is true, and then, with Dark Match and Carlos.
So you did a little
everything.
footwork on that
And
deal.
then I kind of, listened to it, and then, he is a good contributor, so I decided, hey, it's Friday. Let's hear the good song.
Oh, okay. So you're saying you're using a little bit of your whip by submitting this.
I mean, it's
because you are. I mean, they all report to you.
Yes.
And you kind of like spearheaded this whole effort, nonetheless.
Yes.
And now you're handing it to me.
Yes.
Are you begging for a pop, or are you just giving me good data?
Just giving you good data.
Okay, no problem.
No problem.
What is this? It's by Florida Stanley, and what is it titled?
Trapper Keeper.
Trapper Keeper.
Yeah.
Florida Stanley. And again, we're just not asking every Tom, Dick, and Harry to send in parody songs. In order to send me a song, it has to be approved by the other 3. Right, Lummy?
Yes.
It's the only way we'll play another song. Here we go. Production's horrible.
Give it a chance.
It literally sounds like you can literally hear him hit play. Listen, you can hear the dead air where he hits play. Yeah, I mean, can you not hear that that open air deal? Okay. Let me so far production minus 50. Can only imagine how hot and overbearing the vocals are. I mean, we like things quality. We like quality sounding things.
Yes.
Not things that look like, you put it on your mom's ironing board with your 1979 realistic 2-track cassette recorder.
Yeah, he did say in his email that he did do this in a studio. So I don't know if
that could mean anything these days.
Yeah.
Lummy knows what it's like.
You know what? He used somebody's karaoke machine is what he did. No, for real. This guy used like a $99 karaoke machine that you can, run your recordings to a USB drive. And exactly what he did.
To lose the Bible, to go psycho, in his demise. Lummy knows what it's like to be fired, then rehired for telling only lies.
I mean, I like the lyrics.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I like the lyrics. The production's horrible on it. But, hey, nonetheless, he tried. Did he not?
Yes, he did.
Sure did.
And the lyrics are funny.
Now his big, slow mind is so empty.
And he can't sing a lick. No. I couldn't carry a tune with a 5-gallon bucket.
While he tries to rewrite what he remembers.
I mean, Lummy,
the lyrics fell off.
So back to what I said about the drugs being
there comes a point where you have to, for the integrity of the quality of sounding of the show, Lummy, you have to just not let certain stuff on the air if it doesn't have the quality and production value of.
But sometimes it's funnier that way.
I mean, you're saying like this is almost deadpan, like almost
what the hell?
Yeah, that's why I said
so bad it's good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I said it's the best song we ever heard. I thought maybe he would have sniped it himself.
Oh,
that's a good one.
So now you're trying to make the company make $100 bill.
There
Correct.
We go. Hey.
I figured someone would snipe it.
For Gary to snipe it.
Hours. Only Lummy. He tried to find it, but it disappeared.
Well, I mean, this is a prime example of something that started out kind of cute and really, really ended up bad.
The lyrics fell off even.
Oh, my God, the whole thing.
Lummy knows what it's like to get turned on by the chat, but it's in the trash.
What?
Yeah.
Auto-tune Willie.
I mean, Lummy, it's borderline. Lummy, it's
Michael York, 25 on the Venmo.
Lummy.
Yes.
It's borderline. Lummy did a boo-boo there.
I did not know. I couldn't. Yeah.
I mean,
I thought AI made all this stuff like you couldn't tell the difference.
Lummy, it's like almost you should have like known not to hand me something that bad.
And then Florida Stanley would have called because he's a big contributor and complained to you. And then I would have gotten a no and said, why are you censoring the show?
That might be funnier than that, having gone through that. That discussion, me yelling at you for censoring the show, might be funnier than having just sit through that. That's the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
I know why the others.
For that?
I know why the others green lit it. It makes them look stuck.
Yeah. I don't know if Lummy, I don't know if that's a
negative point?
I mean, I don't know if that's a mess up.
Okay.
I mean, you should have kept
not.
that.
Come on, Bubba. You gotta let it on the show so we
Look at her.
could
Put her hands on her hips, sticking up for a guy over there. Look at that.
so we could S all over it.
Yeah,
it was hilarious.
Florida Stanley, $10 on the super chat.
Hold on.
I loved it.
Hold on. Hold on. Things change rapidly in very hostile environments, do they not?
Yes.
Okay. I can go. When you're a dictator like me.
Strongman, so to speak.
Yeah, when you're a dictator like me, a Pol Pot, if you will.
A Pol Pot?
You know, like.
That was a good reference. Most people don't know who that is.
I mean, my Lord.
But you do.
I mean, if I could give myself a plus right
You've
now,
been watching
I would.
History Channel.
My Lord. I mean, can you monologue any funnier than me? Jesus
No.
God almighty.
God, you're the best.
I'm just all over the place. And then when you think I'm a dumbass, I throw in
Pull out a Pol Pot.
I bring a Pol Pot with a Hitler mixer on you.
Nice. Where was Pol Pot from?
Poland.
Yes.
Wow.
Was he? I don't know.
She doesn't either, but she does.
Yes, I do. Cambodia.
I just know. I just know that he's one of the most. A little bit that I know about him is he's one of the most brutal.
Yeah,
like he makes Hitler's thing look like a popsicle party.
Really?
Yeah, he's bad.
It's one of the most. Yeah,
Real
like
bad.
one of the worst ever.
Yeah.
So again, I tied it in perfectly there.
And you nailed it.
So Lummy, when you are,
Big Man 028, 25 on the Venmo.
Bubba FDR, and you're loved by many, but then you have to go over to the Pol Pot Willie. Things can change, like what could be a minus could be a plus, and what could be a plus could be a minus just by the, because of my harebrained nonsensical nonsense, of my czarness. And so Lummy, since I make all the rules around here, it's my damn planet. I make all the rules, bitches and sluts. Tiggle bitties and big old butts. Say it, Lummy. Welcome to Planet Bubba.
Welcome to Planet Bubba. Kathleen, Little Gronk's mom, 25 on the Venmo.
Oh, little Gronk's mom.
Oh, look at that.
I love her.
That's awesome.
I love
really?
her. Yeah.
Is it like Little Gronk from the team?
No, yeah. Dan,
Really?
our ball player.
Oh,
Gronk.
that's awesome.
Is my guy too.
I love it.
And his parents listen now.
So I wonder if they call him Little Gronk.
Yeah, of course they do.
That's so cool.
Little Gronk. God, he was the best. If we ever needed, and we've always, our one play was, let's put Little Gronk. When we're going for two, let's put Little Gronk. He'll clog up the middle. Everybody will flock to the little guys, and we'll just throw it up real tall. And Little Gronk will just go up there and grab it like the little Gronk that he is.
I love it.
So the instructions, just throw it high to Gronk.
What's up, Little Gronk's mom?
And what's up, Little Gronk's mom? She's pretty hot, too. So anyway, let me listen. As much as I wanted to give you a negative on potentially giving me this song, right? You were scared that I was going to do a boo-boo deal,
Yes.
right? I think I'm going to give you a plus for putting it all together and getting, getting everybody to approve it and getting it recorded and knowing it was horrible and how about giving yourself another plus, buddy, in a runaway deal?
Well, thank you.
Wow. 'Tis week.
That's how we roll. What could be a negative could be a plus.
Thank you, Popo.
No, I'm not Popo. It's the Pol Pot.
Thanks, Popo.
You dumb dog.
Grossly overrated and rated grossly.
My sentiments exactly.
Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
Yes, ma'am, Mr. Mug.
JC has the key.
Yeah, I guess, he's only here usually an hour, so
I've never seen him get
I've never seen him tap his water ever, so.
Motherfucker don't have no drinks around
We got a
here.
whistleblower over here.
I didn't say shit.
What's going on?
Nothing.
She can get some points.
Nothing. I'm good.
Lummy, she can get some
I don't
points.
get heat with
She's a
anything. I don't
whistleblower,
get Diaco
Bella.
heat.
Lummy, tell me what she whistle blew on, and she might get a point. And you might get a point for bringing it up.
I said Jay's allergic to capping his liquids.
What?
Jay always leaves his water bottles uncapped and then leaves, and it's just dangerous around, electronics to have uncapped liquids in a bottle.
Oh.
But that's all I'm saying.
So Jay's being studel reckless?
And I think according to Anna, she
studio
always
reckless?
does it.
I've noticed it a few times.
Studio irresponsibility? Facility recklessness? There you go. Say it, Lummy.
Uh-oh, now he's gonna come back from the bathroom and he's lost 5 points. Sorry, Jay.
Lummy, studio recklessness?
Say it was
Studio
Brett. Say it was Brett that was the one.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Don't say it was me. He likes me.
Yeah, whistleblowers supposed to be secret.
Oh, yeah, we gotta hold it.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, you gotta blame someone else. It was someone in chat.
No.
Because you can see it in chat that it's uncapped.
Oh, yeah, on the white
Hold on. In order to be a whistleblower.
Chat.
Yeah, well, in order to be a whistleblower, you gotta.
I don't want credit for it. I want to be an anonymous whistleblower.
You gotta have the balls.
You're the man.
That
I
breaks
don't wanna be
around.
Chelsea
Hey,
Manning.
Anna, that breaks you out with a +1 for the week, bitch. I mean,
hey.
it might be worth it.
Yeah, you're right.
Whatever the fucking gas station's walls.
Oh yeah, just
Now,
hold on, everybody.
You're gonna be thick and swole, because you're the man.
Is that another liquid?
It is.
Nice.
Anna, play nice, Anna.
What'd she say?
Anna, Jay,
What'd she say?
Jay.
What?
I'm advising you not to have any more correspondence with her till we go on the air.
Okay.
Okay.
What was she saying about that?
Jay, he's your counsel.
Jay, I am your.
I'll listen to you.
I'm advising you.
She got a pop for whatever happened.
Well,
She's popping
Jay,
herself.
I'm advising you
Oh, God.
not to have any more contact with her, verbally and or visually, until we go. Yeah,
You're right. Here I thought she was my friend.
Well,
You forged down $10.
Okay, so
She left.
just
Jay,
I just need you to be calm for this next break. I just need you to be calm. Just calm down.
I don't get a negative.
Just calm.
I'm shooting for a negative. I want to get something more than a 0.
Well, come on, Jay. Just you're getting ahead of yourself, buddy.
Just gonna channel Danny.
And bring mine.
I would comment to you guys over on Kick, but Danny's got the chat disconnected. I can comment on Rumble. I can't
He didn't
comment.
know you were Kick?
Yeah, he's disconnected there. Morning quarterback.
You can still.
Everybody over there.
You can still. Is he in the channel?
Yeah, how do we chat? Because his chat's disconnected.
You're so
He may have not set it up.
Huh?
By the way,
But you're gonna write
There's
it
only
on
been 9 Brazilian
+1, buddy.
bullfighters.
Fuck yeah.
There was one guy though.
Oh, you can see it. You just can't.
Right, you're right.
I don't know. If
You're walking out. There you go.
He's never
Sometimes it takes a
Is he
little.
okay,
If
Rob
you're
said?
gonna be a gangster, you
Yeah,
gotta take a little heat.
I'm just wondering, what was that guy that looked like the Diaco brother who
Right.
was good for
Yeah.
10 years ago? There was a guy maybe 10 years ago. I can't think of the
I
guy.
wanted to see if you guys were gonna talk shit, so I pretended to leave.
What?
I thought you guys were gonna talk shit, so I pretended to leave. But I was
Just
really
because
good.
I say it doesn't
Oh,
mean
you were?
Yeah.
That's the world of
Good.
me. I'll cart Rob.
Cause you're sneaky like that, man.
Sneaky little bitch.
You are, that's your new name, sneaky little bitch.
Just a little bit. How many breaks do you have?
I got
But they like drive themselves
We're
in,
on-
they're
we're on,
such bad shoulders. I mean, I can't even imagine.
We're on 6.
We're on 6?
Yeah. So I got one more that I'll do like at 40, 42, 45, the latest.
Good if you stay on
Bring us
something
back
for
at
8 seconds.
56 and we're out.
That's the goal. So
This next
Rob is an actual bull
this
rider.
next little nugget that just got content nugget just got handed to me is going to be a not fucking beautiful piece.
Pelvis.
It's gonna be a
It's
little
gonna be a beautiful piece.
The whole world, those guys.
We haven't even covered one fucking story today.
I don't
All
even.
week.
Oh yeah.
I don't even. But yet I feel the show's been funny as fuck.
It's been
I'll have to
great.
hang out
So
with
like
you.
I mean I think that we've sprinkled some shit in, and we got a little sportsy like yesterday. I think we
got me like
you know, which I need to get. If I ever get too sportsy, I need you to go like sports or something like that.
Yeah, I will.
And if that'll be like if I think fuck up, it'll be good content. Me telling you to shut up.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree.
Or I'll listen to you.
It was good because there's no sports show.
Here we go.
There's a little sport. Oh, hello.
Oh, Lummy, there's Lummy.
There's something going on.
You tell Jay, man, there's some shitter brewing.
Bubba, my plan worked.
My blinders on.
My
I don't
plan
even want to
worked.
look at her.
What do you mean your plan?
My friend all this time.
What?
Fencing, $100 to snipe the song.
A little late, but I love it.
Yeah, late.
He's on delay.
Who is?
Wolf Fencing.
Oh, okay. I love him.
He's a great
Stab
guy.
wound victim.
I love him more than anything. I want to come back as him. Owns a fencing company, but can't fence over 8 feet.
What's going on? Congratulations. There's no remorse and no regret associated with anything they do.
You are refreshingly vulgar.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
I've been trying to talk about how hot Troy Aikman's girlfriend is and how it was kind of clickbait and the whole 9 yards. And he's actually been divorced from his wife for 3 years, and him having a hot ass girlfriend at age 57, the same age as me and Dan.
He looks pretty good.
He's 55, I think.
55. That's a pretty damn pimp move. What is she, 34?
Yeah.
She's 34.
But she's not 24. I think that's all right.
I know. That's not all right, Jay. Can we be man code? That's pimp.
Smoking, right?
That's pretty good.
I mean, that's pimp.
Yeah.
I mean, deep down, we're like, man code wise, Troy, you go, boy. Like, get some kid.
You know, Bubba,
we're happy for you, buddy.
He's a
Like that,
superstar.
you're more of a man than I am.
Bubba, it looks like you were right of what you said yesterday about the image for Troy Aikman during his contract discussion between Amazon and Fox, because they were divorced, but they didn't want to make it public because he thought it would hurt his contract negotiations.
So I was right in the fact that the reason why this has been so convoluted as to how long he's been gone from his wife or not is because when he was negotiating Fox against Amazon, he didn't want anybody to be able to say that he's a cheater or has been estranged from his wife for 2 years and seeing this hot little freak. Like they kept all of that on the down low.
So much so that I saw an article yesterday written in December, and they were interviewed on how to keep the marriage going, like the keys to a successful marriage. Meanwhile, they were divorced the whole time.
Right.
He's been a PR genius, so his whole career, he never gotten any trouble. Not a tarnish on his reputation ever.
And
when
he was
Michael Irvin and those guys were going crazy at the same time he was there, and he wasn't involved in
and
any
he was
of it.
doing well.
He might have been involved.
Hold on.
He never got caught doing anything.
Right. He was knee deep in the shadiness. He had 3 or 4 girlfriends, and I mean, it was just all kind of crazy. But who cares?
Yeah.
He's brilliant. He knew that if his divorce and his new girlfriend ever really became public while it was happening and while he was negotiating his next big, huge deal, because you can only get big money when you got 2 people that want you. And they had Fox that wanted to keep on to him. And then they had, what was it, Amazon, Lemmy?
Amazon, yep.
Amazon, who's trying to establish their foothold on NFL, broadcasting of NFL games. So they're like, we need Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. That's what we need. That's the best color commentary NFL duo there is. It is. It's the 8 right. Nobody's better than those 2.
No, they're the number one.
They're the best. And so Amazon, who probably has, I don't know if they have more money than Fox, but they certainly, they probably do. I mean, Amazon probably has more money than Fox, I guess.
But the one that won out was ESPN. Because that's why he wanted, because everyone was going for him, and ESPN wanted to have a good image, so they gave $18 million. I think Amazon only offered him 17.
So anyway,
and Fox was 15.
And the only reason he got that though is because his true life scenario, what he was going through, wasn't nobody knew about it, because this would have been used against you. I mean, right?
Yeah.
And even if Jay, how bad, how sneaky corporations are. Right. If Fox isn't going to get him. Who's to say Fox doesn't hire a bunch of trolls to just besmirch him and make him look dirty for the next place that he's going to because you just lost him?
Of course.
I mean, so they had to keep all this under wraps, but they're finally now coming out. And look how hot. Oh, my God.
She looks like one of those wrestling twins. You know what I'm talking about?
One of the Bella chicks?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what she looks like.
Oh, she is.
Look at him, dude. Look at his abs there.
I mean, I know.
great.
What?
I know. Looks like Danny.
Look at that.
Dan was getting inspiration.
Danny, he
He
does.
ain't got nothing on Danny. Or
He's
Danny,
a
or
little
Danny.
bigger, a little more muscle mass, but
Yeah, he
but,
kicked Danny's ass. Danny didn't have quite this here.
No,
Yeah,
he's
I was
got
gonna
look
say
at
the
more muscle
shoulders.
mass. Look at his chest and shoulder and his
My
bicep. I mean, dude,
God.
he's ripped.
Troy Aikman, man, Jesus Lord, look at
That's
you.
how you get a girl like that. Look like him.
Yeah,
I think it's also the money.
He should
too.
do it. Yeah, he should do it. He should do it shirtless, man.
Yeah.
Look at those things.
If I was Troy Aikman, I wouldn't even if I was doing a game in Lambeau in January, I ain't wearing no shirt.
Yeah,
Look
can
at
you
that.
imagine him next to Joe Buck? I mean, come on.
Joe Buck, little pin.
Dan would be
white
doing
man
shirtless pogo sticks if he was Troy Aikman.
Dan would never put a shirt on ever if he
Could do surgery shirtless?
Yes. He'd finally be a sleeveless scrub guy finally, Bub, at that point.
For real. He does. Dan, so when we were going to go when we went biking last weekend or 2 weekends ago, whatever, I'm like, Dan. He's like, man, can I take my shirt off? I'm like, no, Dan, like, that makes me feel bad. I mean, I'm not taking my shirt off. Next thing you know, now we're riding two dudes, and one guy's got his shirt off, and one guy does not. That's just instantaneously, automatically making me feel like the fat guy. You know what I'm saying? Even though
you can't be doing that.
Yeah, come on, Dan. And so then what's Dan do? He wears one of those like Tour Le Mans like shirts that you might as well not even have a shirt on.
Yeah.
Like a painted on shirt.
Yeah, like literally
rash guard.
the tightest shirt you can have to be the most aerodynamic you can be.
Right.
He wears. I mean, he might as well not be wearing it. I mean, his abs looked better than that, than probably natural. Son of a bitch. All right, so Troy Aikman, we've that's his ex-wife, and I mean, listen,
That's old news.
she's hot, but she ain't that. My Lord, that is straight fire, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
God. And us as men, Troy, we're all saying, you go, boy. You get that 34-year-old ass. Wish we could. I mean, I can't really include Jay into this conversation, but I'm just saying, like, I probably can't even really include Lummy into this conversation, but, like, you know, if I was 57 years old, you know, and I can pull that kind of stuff, I'd probably be breaking up with the merch crick.
What the hell? Oh my God.
She's going to be outside with a gun ready to shoot you.
No, she's going to be like, okay, Daddy.
Oh, no, she's going to be mad as hell. I'm up to hear about it driving to Ocala. I'm going to say, shut up.
Oh, that's right. You got to go to Ocala.
Yeah, I mean, literally, she's going to be here to pick me up, and we're going right to Ocala because opening night for Bubba Raceway Parks tomorrow night, and I got to be there tonight to get the track ready because it's a 2-day process. And she's probably heard that, and she's going to be like, this is the first thing I'm saying to her. Stop being a mark for the show. It's entertainment. Jesus. Aren't you the one sitting beside me right now as we're headed up here, please?
That's right.
Stop with your
Lucky
nonsense. Stop with your nonsense. Actually, I got her so trained she won't even ask me about it.
Really?
Nah, she won't say a word.
Oh, glad your communication's on point.
I mean, listen, here's the deal, Eric, if you're listening to me. I'm just doing a show and I'm just working. I don't even want to get in the truck and hear about it. Okay,
It's kind of what you said in segment 1 about Romina and Dr. Dan.
Yeah, like don't mark out anything you hear on the show.
Don't blow up my phone unless you tell me lunch is ready.
Don't give me crap about the show. Just talking a little smack. Of course, yeah, I want to be with you forever. I wouldn't want to trade you in for the hottest 34-year-old I've ever seen in my entire life.
What was that saying? Sometimes you lie to lie or whatever?
Sometimes I got to lie to be funny.
Yeah.
Sometimes I got to lie to be funny. Lummy, we have a little bit of a situation.
Oh,
Yes,
I thought we
we
were
do.
going to talk about this for the rest
We
of
have
the
a
show.
whistleblower, Bubba.
Lummy, I'm up.
I'm sorry.
On something this big of a deal,
Yes.
I need to be the one that gets us into the topic.
100%.
Okay?
Sorry
So
about that.
Oh, God.
I'll revert to you when I need you to chime in, and you will know what to say.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have to be the one that opens up this segment, not you.
Yes, sir.
So shut up. You know what? That's
a -1.
Yep. You know what? That's
Being stupid.
a chiming inner when you
Yep.
shouldn't have. That's
Yep.
just a bad guy.
Sorry.
Put yourself down for one.
I got it.
Okay. So Jay Diaco, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be docked one point for today. A mess up. Jay, you I'm sorry. Leaving studio recklessness There's a new term, new division we made.
The door slam?
Studio recklessness. No,
No, you
when
fell
you
every
when
time.
you when you left to go to the bathroom, you left your bottle of water uncapped.
She did not put something in my water.
No. That's not Jay. Stop making it about yourself. Stop making it about yourself. This is about my facility.
I don't think you understand.
So this is a facility violation. So one of the golden rules of broadcasting, and you're not a broadcaster, but you're becoming one. But one of the golden rules of broadcasting is you never leave a bottle of water uncapped near radio equipment. Just like if you're in a studio, you always cap your water because of the equipment. And you didn't know that, and so nobody would have ever said a word. No, nobody was saying nothing. Nobody.
Except for Anna.
Hold on.
Supposedly,
I came out from the bathroom and there was a weird tension in the room that I felt.
So hold on, Jay. So listen, you're right.
Sorry.
Chat was
I needed an extra point.
So hold on. Chat was blowing it up and everything like that. And so hold on. And I wasn't gonna say nothing. I'm like, I see Chat.
Mm-hmm.
Chat's like saying Jay left his. That's where she got the idea.
Yeah.
So Lummy and I are seeing it, and we're like, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't gonna do my boy dirty like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
And so Anna then says, bah, 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 bah. And I go, what? And she goes, Jay left his bottle of water uncapped. Isn't that kind of like not very cool? Like around radio equipment and stuff. And I go, oh my God, are you whistleblowing? And she's like, well, yeah, I'm whistleblowing, but can you not say who blew the whistle? Like, can I be anonymous?
There's no anonymous
And I'm like,
whistleblowing
no.
here,
I
is
said, no. Either you're gonna sack up and say, but that's right, I did it. I said
It's
it.
me.
It's
I'm
me.
sorry. It's Cap.
But being a whistleblower does get you a +1. So she gets a +1 for
And I
being
get
a
a negative.
whistleblower, and you get it. And
Sorry,
you get
I ratted you out.
And you get a negative.
Whoa, fancy $100 on the Venmo.
Well, you can say I'm normally very religious when I'm drinking my prime drinks. Am I not? The
Yes,
lid's always
yes.
on it. So
I
this
know.
is just unusual for me.
I'm sorry.
You know.
Sorry about that.
There's a category.
Thanks. Appreciate that. Ruined my weekend.
Technically, she did say
No,
that you
I-
never put your cap
I
on.
never said
Oh,
that.
I always do
That's
with my
a
prime.
lie.
Chat will tell. Will
She
attest
said
to that.
Jay. I think she said
That doesn't-
Jay is
that
allergic
does-
to caps on water.
That doesn't matter. I mean, listen, we can't go retro irresponsibility. Jay gets one violation on the one that happened today that he got caught on. We
Case in
can't.
point.
You
We
can
can't say
tell
he's a
she's guilty. She's got
you
her
can't
head
tell
buried.
you can't say that he's a serial uncapper. You can't say that.
I was just bringing it to the court, Judge Bubba. Sorry.
And Judge Bubba is saying that that's not relevant for this particular case.
I may
You
have to-
cannot bring in, Jay's priors on this one case that he's being tried on. You can't bring in priors.
Sorry.
Making her even look
Prior
like
acts are not admissible.
Right, exactly. Fruits of a poisonous tree or whatever the hell it's
Yeah,
called.
that too.
Yeah.
So anyway, Jay, it's not a big deal. -1 for the week. That's not bad, buddy.
Well, at least I'm not just 0.
Right, and at least you're like brother. What's
That's
he?
right. -4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Tied
good
with
Four.
Matroni.
yeah, at least you're
better than them.
you're better
That's
than
always
At least
good for me.
You'll be staying in a place with good air quality this weekend.
Yes, I will.
But Jay could come back when the Monday that he comes back and has some unbelievable footage, and next thing you know, Jay's a +2-3. You know,
I'm coming back with footage just to get some pluses.
I just hope he comes back.
and
Me too. I was showing Lummy where I was going. It's right in the Sinaloa.
Oh, my
it's,
God.
It's right there, isn't it,
Now,
Lummy?
I know.
is.
You should get a +5 if he makes
How
it
about
back
for
alive.
that? If I come back alive, do I get like a +1 or 2?
I
Yes.
don't know, man. So it's amazing. The show's almost over. In probably every show in the world today, it was a pop culturally skewing show, opened up and probably ad nauseum talked about this all day long, and that is Trump indicted on 7 criminal charges for the classified documents that they found at Mar-a-Lago. And you know why I didn't talk about it? Because it's such a long form discussion that it will just be like it's just such bull crap.
It's all speculation still. We don't even have the indictment yet. We don't know what the 7 alleged charges are. People are just talking for the sake of talking.
You mean something might have come up about President Biden and then they released something about Trump? Like
Right.
they've done about 10 times in the
And
last
so
2
like
months?
so like I'm saying I'm saying every show is talking about this, point counterpoint.
You're different.
Back and forth, and I'm like I want to care about it and I want to talk about it. But it's
Isn't
almost
it boring,
but
though?
it's almost like I'm over it.
Me too.
Like I'm so over both sides and the gamemanship that you're playing. And I, listen, I don't really like Trump, but now I'm kind of feeling for the dude. It's like you guys are just laying back, screwing with this guy. Like, come on.
But
espionage?
Let the guy run, like, for real. Like, stop.
But Bubba, it's a way to get the media off of it because Biden has a big $5 million case now, and like 2 hours later, they indicted Trump 7 criminal. So what's that lead story? Trump.
And
no one talks about the Biden
Hunter
thing.
Biden
Oh,
deal?
hold on, I didn't.
Well, Hunter
Joe
Biden.
Biden.
It's actually Joe with their alleged bribery thing.
For $5 million.
I didn't even hear about that.
Ukrainian-
Exactly.
It
because
happened yesterday,
it came
and then he
out.
got arrested.
Hold on now.
And they
So
got
there was a
indicted.
big thing about Joe what?
Yes.
Joe
They
Biden
found the document.
There's a
Tell 'em.
document that the FBI has been hiding, and so finally they subpoenaed it and everything, and it finally came out that Joe Biden looks like he was bribed $5 million, and a couple hours later they indicted Trump for this, for the same thing that Obama, Clinton, Bush. I mean, Hillary Clinton's done it. Joe Biden's done it.
Congress is doing an investigation into the weaponization of the federal justice system, and that includes...
Are they?
Yeah, and so what they did is they were looking into the Hunter Biden thing, and then as they were looking into it, they
I hear
found
some
these
Hunter Biden
documents that
stuff.
supposedly... There was a document that supposedly existed that the FBI had. It was one of those whistleblowers came out and said, there's this document that says... You know, there was an alleged bribery attempt going on with the president. And so for like 3 weeks, Christopher Wray from the FBI says, I'm not going to show it to anybody. Then last week he showed it to the head of the investigative committee. And then yesterday, like all the members of the committee got to see it. And so they all, Marjorie Taylor Greene, all
Gotta
these people
see
they got to see the document that they claimed didn't exist, which is during his vice presidency, the FBI opened an investigation into a potential bribery of Vice President Joe Biden. Correct?
Right.
Yes, and where he got bribed $5 million, along with other things
did
too.
they prove that he did get bribed?
Well, they've now proven that the FBI was looking into it during his presidency, and what happened to the investigation, we don't know.
Now, Lummy, what did you send me?
I sent you
or
this
Anna?
Hunter Biden deal that you might think is interesting because there's some
That's way more
scandalous
interesting than the
photos.
document stuff.
No, click out of this.
All right.
Click out of that, and then just scroll down for see some. Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, his laptop pictures were.
So some of his laptop pictures are now getting out.
Dude, he's an exhibitionist. He loves it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And that's him smoking a crack
What?
rock.
And supposedly, like, he has a ton of pictures of his niece.
Of his what?
His niece.
What?
Yeah, like
And
pictures
how-
of his niece and things
hold
like
on,
that.
How old is his niece?
His niece at the time supposedly was like 15, 16.
Oh man,
now.
is she like blood related to him?
Yeah, it's his brother's kid.
Is it the
Oh
dead
my
brother's
God.
wife that he slept with?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know that one too, right?
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
So you can get out. We can get so far down this rabbit hole, or we can just say everything is so effed up right now.
Why don't we wait
it
to
is
see what
just
happens?
So effed up right now, and they are bound and determined. You know what, guys? Go ahead and keep screwing with Trump, and then you're going to get DeSantis. I mean, really. I mean, you might as well just be rubber stamping DeSantis in there, and I don't know that necessarily that's better.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think if President Biden said, I will pardon Trump if I'm reelected, you think he wins?
Yep.
I do too.
I think if he showed 1 ounce of baby face, I think if the Democrats showed 1 ounce of baby face for what Trump is going through right now, you could
win.
Absolutely rubber stamp yourself in.
I think he'd win there. And then I think, is there any doubt that if Trump wins, he pardons himself?
No.
He can already pardon himself.
But hold on. Don't you think the only thing do you know what would really would really save Joe Biden? If Joe Biden went, I just want to tell you right now, all this gamesmanship and arrest and looking in, you guys are screwing with my kid and we're screwing with Trump and it's just everybody's going crazy and it's all these political deals. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm over it. Bet the best man win. Americans will go to the polls based on how they feel. And hold on, and if Donald Trump gets indicted, I'm going to go ahead and pardon him because I just want it fair and square.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that would be okay with that.
A lot of people would be like,
No way.
Hell yeah,
he
Joe.
only won because of Trump. He won because people hated Trump but came out to vote against him.
Honest, greasy Fupa gifted 5 subs on Kick.
What the? Thank you.
Honest, greasy fupa.
I don't have a fupa.
Well, look, you probably got you probably a little one. You are a dirty whistleblower. I'll tell you that.
I know that.
Time to draw the line. Welcome to new levels of insanity and... It's not what you think.
What? Since when?
Actually, it's much less. Much less. Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
Then I just put my soda down and then
I know,
drag it.
I know, I feel
drag it so
bad.
quick.
Then you're gonna roll over with your chair and knock it over. It's
This is what they on the broadcast everywhere.
Oh, right, exactly. We should look at black bears and fires.
Yeah,
and-
watching DC neighborhood.
I think the Trump stuff is so boring because every day is just a new fucking thing.
Well, you know what thing's ridiculous is espionage. I mean,
Is that what you're saying?
that's the Espionage Act.
It's
I mean,
one of
that's like,
the-
isn't the penalty of that death?
Yeah.
Or is it treason?
Treason.
Espionage is one click below treason.
It never ends.
Just because you used Workday to transform your business doesn't make you a rock star.
Do you want to move these over?
That's how I want them.
You want to go? You move
I just moved them. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because I'm so muscle memory trained. Yeah, I moved them during the. I'm
I
taking
got
a
the
piss.
partial logo done. I'm gonna put it in. I was trying to get the whole thing done.
Take a
but-
piece. Go ahead.
Yep.
How many calories you eat a day? 3,000?
I'm trying to get 6,000 right now. I'm trying
6,000.
I'm trying to get back to at least 230.
What's your weight?
I'm at 208 right now.
What's your height?
5'8.5".
Holy shit! You are massive.
Trying to get my it's the legs. My legs are behind.
Okay.
So I get my legs big.
Have you watched the Arnold thing yet?
Yeah.
It's pretty good, right?
The video yesterday was motivational.
How many parts?
Didn't you find that first part to be like super motivational? I loved it.
How many parts?
There's only 3. It's like 3 hours, maybe 4 hours total. But I mean, the first one is just such a. I wish my kid would have an hour of attention span to watch it and say, look, visualize shit, and it will happen for you.
Yeah, he's inspirational for sure.
He basically willed himself into Hawaii and into Hollywood and willed himself to America. You know, he saw a black and white movie and he's like, I must be there. I have to go to America. It was like his dream. And left his family behind, and it was
Didn't
pretty
even
crazy.
go to his dad's funeral.
Right. He left his brother behind. He actually admitted it. He's like, for me, I didn't talk to my brother for many years because this was my new life, and I removed myself from that other world.
Right.
The crazy thing too is if you look at pictures from the 60s and now with all the supplements.
Oh, I know the amount of striations is so different, right?
It's like somewhere.
When he got to Muscle Beach and he's like, I needed help from my friends and steroids. Here's the part, he's like, only 5% of my muscle was from steroids.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if that's.
Yeah, that's crazy. How tall is he? 6'4"?
He's huge. That's the thing. He's so much bigger than everyone else.
Yeah.
Look at his chest and his back when he was at his best. I mean, his back thing was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just look up, put in Mr. Olympia, because he won it 6 times. So you'll see all his best big poses. Look at that. Oh my God.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Right as he gets to here, look at the end. He starts like this. This is the one I can't believe. That's probably my favorite muscle, his back. But he ends up like that. That's a little different than the first.
Behind you.
Popped up.
Look at that arm.
I know.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I gotta take the neon out and change
So
that.
he goes through that. There was this guy that he looked up to.
I'm just learning the program, so it's at least it says that,
He went there, and this guy's
Oh, yeah.
I can change the colors and stuff too, but
And you can put other names in there, like.
yeah, I'm gonna get more elaborate. I'm just trying to learn.
Yeah.
And he was like, I watched
Can they see it behind
beautiful
me?
poses, and so then he had this part where
I want to get up.
You may have to go, you may have to make it like, because that might, they may not see that.
Rotating. It was like
My chair might be.
Oh yeah, the words. Yeah.
Jay, did you ever watch?
So you may have to.
Yes.
They can
I love
go.
it.
We'll see.
Was talking about that stuff.
He talks about everything pretty freely.
Well, I'm saying the Pump and Iron.
Yeah.
Like the ballet stuff.
Yeah. Oh, does he in that as well?
Yeah. Because that was like pretty much him. What fucking made in the early '80s.
Yeah.
Everything.
That was probably mid '70s even.
They come at home, come in the gym, come every time.
Oh yeah.
It's pumping. Yeah. Like he was coming.
That's what he would say. It's like a woman that's having an orgasm.
Yeah.
Like, it's hilarious. So he said that.
You come here, you come there.
But he had a lot of failure too. And every time he had failure, he just brushed himself off and kept moving forward.
Crazy.
Certainly one of the more interesting Netflix segments. I've seen it in a while, but I haven't gotten to episode 3 is politics, which will probably piss me off.
Yeah.
So let me write this down.
So he won Olympia 6 times?
I think it was 6.
It was 7.
It was 7?
And Ronnie Coleman was 8.
That's it, Ronnie Coleman?
No, that's Ronnie Coleman.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Ronnie Coleman's fucking massive.
His like chest is bigger than my legs.
Lummy?
Yeah.
Yes, Bubba.
You know the current.
I'm gonna do a red line air check.
Okay.
I haven't seen that.
And I just need an air check. That's it.
He's not, I don't think he's as big as Arnold, but he's tall like Arnold. Chris
Okay.
Bumstead is fucking insane. Here, he's a Canadian guy. Like really soft spoken. He's more cut, I think, than Giant. I think he does classic bodybuilding versus open. Open is where you see the freaks.
Right.
But he's pretty fucking big.
Yeah, he is. So that's like natural looking, almost.
Well, yeah.
Well, there's people that have been tested their whole lives that are pretty as natural as you could be.
Mm-hmm. Ronnie Coleman, I think, was natural till he was like 28, and then he just decided to fucking really jazz it up.
Yeah,
But he was a phenom. Like Ronnie Coleman's a freak, but
The Love Sponge.
Broadcasting from a bricked-in parking garage near the flight path of a major American airport. It's time to turn out the propaganda and manipulate some minds. Now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Lummy knows what it's like to lose the Bible, to go psycho in his demise. Lummy knows what it's like to be fired, then rehired for telling only lies. Now his big, slow mind is so empty, while he tries to rewrite what he remembers. Who spent hours only Lummy? He tried to find it, but it disappeared. Lummy knows what it's like to get turned on by the chat, but it's in the trash.
So, Lummy, it was funny the first time. It's not the second time.
It's very bad.
We always play one uninterrupted. That's it. And it's officially in the trash. Anything from this point forward is going to start getting you minuses. So let's just move on.
Yeah,
let's
just break that and throw it in the trash. Never play it again.
Lummy, I need the official scorecard for the week, and then I'm going to throw you a twist.
All right.
And I'll give you this weekend to compilate those numbers, but we need like a yearly running total. So like every Friday that we're on the air, we'll say, hey, Lummy, give me this week's totals, this week. And so like you give me the number, and then I'd say, okay, so what do we are year to date?
Okay.
Yes.
I will get a chart.
All right. So you probably wouldn't be prepared to give me right now year to date, but you could at least
this is year to
give me.
date. We just started at June 1st.
Well, we didn't have last week? Was last week?
June 1st was last week.
What day was June 1st?
It was a Thursday.
Right. So Lummy, you're saying we didn't have like just a Friday, Saturday deal, and then so this is cumulative.
Yes.
This is. So when you the number that you give me is cumulative.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Which is also this week, but you're adding those other 2 days in as this
yeah,
week.
because I did it from June 1st to June 8th, which is 7 days.
Right.
And then today's I'm adding in.
All right.
Yeah.
So then these would carry forward to next week.
Correct.
You don't do that, right?
Yes.
Sure. Okay. Perfect.
Yes, sir.
So the numbers you give me now, like next Friday, you'll give me a week number, and then you'll give me a year to date number.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
This just happens to be because it's the first week we're doing it. This happens to be the only time that the number will be the same. Correct.
Correct.
Right.
Yes. 100%.
100%. So let's go ahead and give the official results of this week. I'm sorry, year to date, pluses and minuses. We're much like a hockey team. You know, that's how they determine your worth in hockey, by your plus minus, right?
Yes.
I mean, this would be kind of like equivalent to the plus minus, of ice hockey, or maybe like your WAR score in baseball, wins against replacement, right?
Cornhole.
Yeah.
Cornhole scoring.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
Cornhole has negatives and positives. You have to look at what the negatives are and the positives, and then you even it out at the end of each round. It's just like this.
I don't know if that's a flaw.
You don't play cornhole?
I don't know for the cornhole reference.
We had a whole cornhole tournament years ago.
It's exactly the same kind of scoring system. Sorry, I could get a negative. My bad. I'm negative 2 now. In the last 20 minutes, I went from 0 to 2 negatives.
Anna, that was such a snarky FU negative, was it not?
I'll take one.
No. Quit being a dick about the negatives, okay? Quit trying to puff up on the negatives, buddy. Just take your negative and run, okay? Don't puff it up. Let me give me the total scores of our scorecard system. Yep. Letting people know who contribute the most, who's the most valuable, who's lazy, who's not funny, who do people hate, who does Bubba like? Well, what? Go ahead.
From worst to first, number 1 would be Rhett with a -7.
He's the worst, which kind of goes right along the line. We could, he's like the least valuable guy here. We could lose him, no big deal. Oh, sorry, hey, Rhett, sorry about that.
Ouch.
I forgot you're on the air.
Tied for second.
Rhett, sorry.
Yes, sir.
That one hurt?
Yes, sir.
Now he's not even ignoring me. Could be certainly a violation.
God.
Hello.
I'm working on the best of the week. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I'm doing my job.
Doctor.
Hold on. Was that a throwback in your face, sir? Was that a throwback in your face, sir?
No, sorry.
Was that meant in a cynical tone?
No.
Make me change my.
No, I'm not going to cry. I mean, it's Friday. All right, let me. So go ahead. So he's already now -7. You can't get any more of a loser than that, right?
Correct.
Then you got Dan and Babyface at -4.
Number 2, and tied for third, Macho Man and Jay.
Macho Man
-1.
-1. Boy, some of my most important franchises were minuses this week.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, now go ahead.
And then you have Anna with a +1.
Man, look at her. She's actually adding to the show.
Yes.
She adds to the show.
By being a narc?
And then
Sometimes that's how you gotta win.
And then the
whistleblower,
the champion, the man, the man.
Lemix. It's number 1.
Say it proud.
Say it proud.
Yeah, Lemmy is number 1.
There you go.
What's your number? Plus what?
Congratulations, Lemmy. Hey, I didn't whistleblow you, Macho.
Proud.
You pipe down over there. I'm number 1.
Oh, dang.
Be a man. Puff up.
Yeah.
Take it, kid.
Number 1 this week.
Uh-oh.
I mean, like when David Arquette had the belt, they couldn't keep it on him for a long time. You know, when Moses Malone or Sam Malone or some of the outside of the wrestling business people would happen to get the belt, it was a gimmick, and then they quickly drop it to a real wrestler. So Alex, it will forever be indebted to you getting us our Twitter account back. But it's time for the belt to go back in-house. And Lummy, tear off that Alex Stein picture, my friend, and put her over your big fat, stupid shoulder. That's where it's going to rest, hopefully, for a while, buddy. Look at you. I want to see it. There you go. Rip it off and put it rightfully right where it needs to go, Big Papa style. Show the people right now who the main man on this whole deal is.
Thank you, Bubba.
The champ has returned.
Yeah.
All's right in the world.
Don't forget, Lummy, I forget for all you weekend warriors that do your own oil changes, or, all you rugged men out there that need to do your own oil changes, whether it's putting new oil in your power washer or your race car, it doesn't matter. One-stop shopping, and the only oil I've used for probably the last 15 or 20 years on all applications, whether it's motorsports, whether it's, four-wheelers, whether it's my truck, is Redline. It's the best oil made in the world. It's synthetic. Let me, redlineoil.com. Redlineoil.com. And within that world, when you can order all the stuff from chain lubrication to water wetter to transmission fluid to regular synthetic racing oil, it all starts and stops at redlineoil.com. And Lummy, you can use Bubba as your promo code.
Nice.
And get 10% off. How about that? Taking care of your lubrication needs, my friend.
Thank you, Redline.
Bubba, BUBBA is your promo code. That'll get you 10% off. Redlineoil.com, Lummy. I think we're out of here, right?
On a show.
Starting
about 10:15, 10:20.
10:15, 10:20. Jay, we love you, bud.
Hopefully I'll see you in a week.
Oh, God.
Hopefully. Lummy, congratulations, my friend, my champion.
Thank you, Bubba.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Co-host and show historian, Lummox.
Co-host, Anna Hummel.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, of Council.
Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Brett, the Filthy Ginger, video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.